Okay, what's up dyan mga ka-edu? This is Shay J. Kasensai and welcome back to our Bura Bura Course live stream. So ngayong hapon po, ang pag-uusapan natin will be regarding the tools and equipments in audio production. Okay, but before that, okay, I would like to check first our internet speed. Okay, so far, mabilis naman siya. Okay, so I hope ating mga viewers ay mayroong clear and decent broadcast speed. Okay? So, before natin ipakilala ang ating mga discussant for today, shoutout muna po pala kay Sir Raul Cero Jr. Thank you very much, sir. Okay? So, nagpa-shoutout si Sir Cero po, isa sa mga instructors po namin sa Soundtech field. Okay? Kay Mark Yulo Engineering. Okay? And Sound Solutions. So, isa po sa mga napakagaling na mga instructors po pagdating sa audio engineering. Thank you very much, sir, for watching. Okay? So, di natin patatagalin, guys. Kung napansin nyo, wala yung aking salamin. Hirap akong tumingin ngayon sa computer. Kasi nasira yung handle. Anyway, so, time check muna natin mga ka-edu. It's already 1:55 in the afternoon. So, samahan nyo kami ngayong hapon in discussing the tools and equipments in audio production. Okay? To start with, I would like to introduce to you our discussant for today's topic. Okay? So, nandito po sila. Okay? So, open nyo na yung cam nyo. Wala mo yung mga ka-discuss ko. Okay, so starting with, we have Ma'am Angelica Saison. Hello, Ma'am.
Hello po.
Okay, shoutout natin, Ma'am, yung mga kabarangay natin. Come on.
Hello po sa mga kabarangay namin. Manood lang kayo dyan.
Taga-saan ka, Ma'am?
Tagalibon po, sir.
Anong barangay?
Sa Zone 1, Velasco Street.
Okay, Zone of Velasco Street, Libon Albay. Shoutout po sa inyong lahat. Thank you very much, Ma'am Angelica. And yung susunod dyan sa screen natin, si Ma'am Laika May Secreto. Hello, Ma'am. Bati ka po.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Okay, so batiin natin yung ating mga kabarangay. Yung mga classmates nyo pala, batiin nyo. Baka nanonood sila right now.
Hello, magpatuloy lang po kayo dyan. Ay, shout out po pala si Mark Louis Garay ng 3A na nanonood ngayon.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Secreta. Ma'am Gemaline Calleja. Inop niya yung kanyang... shout out kay Mami na dyan. Si Mami sa likod nanonood siguro si Mami. Oo, huwag mahiya. It's time for you to shine. Come on, guys. Okay, Ma'am Gemaline, bati ka po.
So hello everyone, good afternoon po. I'm Gemaline Calleja. Shoutout po sa mga taga-Linao, Liban Albay.
Oh, yung mga taga-Linao, Libon Albay, shout out po sa inyong lahat. And our next discussant po nandito si Ma'am Rhea May Baronia. Ma'am Rhea, shout out po. Bati ka po, Ma'am.
Good afternoon po, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Taga-seri ka, be?
Pidoran po, sir.
Hoy, Pidoran!
Mga taga-Pidoran po.
Mga taga-Pidoran Albay, shout out po sa inyong lahat. So medyo malayo si Ma'am. Nasa kabilang dulo siya ng probinsya ng Albay. But anyway, ang ganda pa rin ng hairstyle ni Ma'am.
Kid game, sir.
Squid Game fan kasi siya eh. Anyway guys, kakatapos ko pa lang ng Squid Game kagabi. And it's a very good series. Napakaganda. Okay. Hihintayin natin yung season 2. And yung ating natitirang ang discussant po, yung dalawa nating Juicy Joys. Okay, si Ma'am Lauren Joy Concepcion at si Miss Mary Joy Payuyub. Hello guys! Bati kayo.
Hello, sir. Hi, sir.
Okay, asin ka mo nga na.
Sa Ginubatan po, sir.
Ayo. So, sila pong dalawa ay talagang sumusunod sa protocol po ng IATF. Okay, kahit ayaw na ayaw po nila talaga mag-face mask. Ginawa po talaga. Oo, kasi baka may magalit. Anyway, so, yan. Thank you very much po. Shout out sa mga taga-Ginubatan Albay. So, yun guys. I think it's time now to discuss our topic for today regarding the tools and equipment. And the first topic will be about softwares, computers. Okay, so, wag alis. We will be right back.
Opo, sir. Opo, sir.
Okay, what's up mga ka-edit? Babalik ang iyong host, Bernard De Forsado, aka J Kasentay, and welcome back again to Bura Force live stream. Okay? Ang topic natin ngayon is about the tools and equipments in audio productions. Sigurado ako maraming viewers neto kasi yung mga mas aspiring audio producers natin, yung mga aspiring musicians natin, ay siguradong nangangailangan ng information or let's say, ang knowledge regarding what are the tools and equipments na kinakailangan ng isang emerging audio producer. Okay? To start this topic, may I call now the first discussant. Okay, so we have Ma'am Angelica Cesar. Ma'am, it's your turn na po.
Hello po, good afternoon po to everyone and also to the viewers. So I am Angelica Marie Saison, BPLED 3 student, and I am here to discuss about computers. So first, we define the computer. So a computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. It has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. You may already know that you can use a computer to type documents, send email, play games, and browse the web. Also, you can use it to edit or create spreadsheets, presentations, and even videos. So there are the most essential gears of computer, which are the CPU, the RAM, and the hard drive. So CPU determines the amount of processing part available from plug-in devices and virtual instruments. It basically determines how many tasks your computer can process at any time. So the more powerful CPU, the more things your computer can do at the same time. Next is the RAM. The RAM is used to store any apps you have opened, such as the DAW or the DAW, and samples from sample-based instruments such as contract.
Okay,
The more
clear
RAM
natin
you
ma'am.
have,
Ano nga yung ibig sabihin ng RAM?
RAM is the random access memory.
Yun! Ayos. Pasado na. Okay.
So, next is the RAM is the more RAM you have, the more types of instruments you can have at the same time.
Okay. So
So,
linawin
next
natin to. Sabi ni ma'am, the more RAM you have, the more na mas okay. Pero, eto lang yan ha. Sa ating mga magbabalak, bumuo ng computer or let's say ng desktop computer, check nyo muna yung yung speed. Okay? Yung frequency niya kung that's 50 or 60 gigahertz. Okay? So, importanteng malaman nyo yun. Kasi pag hindi siya nag-match sa computer, sa CPU nyo, baka masayang lang yung pera nyo. Okay? So, meron kasi tamang ang matching siya. Okay? So, tandaan nyo ko. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
So to continue, next is the hard drive. So hard drive is where all your project files and audio samples will be stored. But how much you need can depend on what kind of audio you're making.
Okay.
So next is the 3 levels of computers and its specs.
Okay, so dali
So
ma'am.
first is the entry level. Yes po.
Steady lang tayo. Okay, very good. Maganda pa naman. Okay. Chill lang. Regarding po sa hard drive, we are suggesting, okay, as a music producer, na ang gamitin po natin SSD. Okay?
Yes.
Solid state drive or SSD bucket, mas malupit siya sa processing. Sa storing naman, okay, mas maganda yung HDD. Okay? Yung hard disk. Okay, okay lang yon. Pero mas maganda talaga SSD. So, medyo makamahalan talagang SSD or solid state drive. Pero sulit naman, hindi kayo ipapahiya pagdating sa processing. Kahit mag-multitasking kayo, pag kaya ng CPU, okay, nagmamatch yung dalawa, dire-diretso ang trabaho ninyo. Wala siyang yung loading. Pinapapansin nyo sa laptop ninyo. Naglo-load ng load. Ikot lang ng ikot. Sa SSD talaga po, mabilis siya. Okay? Let's proceed, ma'am.
So there are 3 levels of computers and its specs. First is the entry level, which has the i3 processor 128 gig storage, and the 4 gig of RAM.
Yan. Ano mo to, ma'am?
Next
Minimum
is-
ba to? Ito ba yung pinaka-minimum? Yung
Yes
pinaka-minimum?
po, sir. Yan.
Okay.
Opo.
So guys, pinaka-minimum to unang entry level pa lang. i3 processor, tama? And 120 gig storage. Okay, ang tinutukoy dyan siguro ng ano yan is parang SSD na yan eh. And 4 gigabyte RAM. Standard to eh, lalo sa mga laptop. Okay, yung susunod natin, ma'am, yung mas malupet.
Next is the mid-level, which has the i5 processor, the 512 storage, and the 16 gig of RAM.
Yan. So medyo mahal na rin to di ba? Pero tinutukoy kasi dito ni ma'am, yung processor ay Intel processor.
Yes po, sir. Intel Core.
Anyway,
Intel Core i5.
you can choose your own ano yan, audio, ano tawag ko, sorry. You can choose your own CPU. Kung ano gusto, kung Ryzen yan, or Intel, wala namang problema. As long as, okay, tama yung pagka-match ng mga specifications. Kasi kung hindi, hindi yung tatakbong computer niya. Okay? Ito ma'am, yung medyo mabigat. Kaya matindi yan.
So the high level has the the i9 processor. It has the 2 terabytes of storage and the 32 gig of RAM.
Yan. So, lingid sa kaalaman nyo guys, i7 processor po ang ginagamit ng inyong lingkod. Okay? So, medyo mabilis na siya. Tama talaga sa multitasking. Lalo sa live streaming. Okay? Bagay na bagay siya. Okay? Let's proceed po, ma'am.
So let's proceed to the PCs and the Macs, or the personal computer, or the Macintosh. So personal computers come in two main styles, which are the PC and the Mac. Both are fully functional, but they have different look and feel, and many people prefer one or the other. So let's talk about the PC. So this type of computer began with the original IBM PC that was introduced in 1981. Other computers began creating similar computers which were called IBM PC compatible, often shortened to PC. Today, this is the most common type of personal computer, and it typically includes the Microsoft Windows operating system. Let's talk about its pros and cons. So its pros and cons. So the pros of the PCs are lower starting price,
Yan.
easily upgradable, more hardware and software choices.
Yan.
But of course, when we have pros, we have cons.
Yan.
The cons are the potential capability issues, the susceptible to various viruses and attacks, and dedicated audio interface required.
Yan. Tama yan. Okay, so pinakita dito ni ma'am yung pros and cons. Okay, totoo naman talaga na karamihan na gumagamit dito sa Pilipinas, karamihang users is gamit is PC, then Microsoft Word. So, bihira lang yung Mac na gumagamit. Okay, kasi medyo may kamahalan. Pero, magandaan kasi sa Mac, may mga dedicated talaga silang interfaces. So, ibig sabihin, pang Mac talaga siya. Hindi mo siya pwedeng gamitin sa Windows, pang Mac lang siya. Pero, ang kagandahan naman ng ano yan, ng PC, pag meron ka ng pera, upgrade ka lang ng upgrade. Pag kaya mo na. Siyempre, mas lalong maggaganda yung performance ng PC mo. Okay? Thank you. Let's proceed, ma'am.
So next is the Macintosh. The Macintosh computer was introduced in 1984, and it was the first widely sold personal computer with a graphical user interface, or the GUI, or the GUI, pronounced as GUI, I mean. All Macs are made by one company, which is the Apple, and they almost use the Mac OS X operating system. Next is also these are the pros and cons of the Macintosh. So the pros are better built-in audio system, stable, safe, and tightly controlled. Closed system integration, meaning because the Apple make the hardware and the software, there's a less chance of potential compatibility issues, making it
Yeah.
generally more stable.
Oo. Mas safe yung ano yan. Yung Mac talaga. Okay, ma'am. Ano pa?
So the cons are it's expensive, and the closed system, which makes it difficult to upgrade, costly to fix because it affects when you're out of warranty, lack of connections.
Yan. Tama. Ay, yung
So,
mga ano yan,
there
yung mga Pilipino, mas gusto talaga nila yung Windows. Unang-una, user-friendly. So, yun nakasanayan ng mga Pilipino. Okay? Pero ang kagandahan kasi, ito kasi ang ano yan ng mga Pilipino. Ang Pilipino mahilig mag-upgrade. Pag nakakita ng isang bagay doon na maganda, gagayahin niya. Yan ang ugali ng mga Pinoy.
Yes.
Basta may pera ka. Ano lang naman talaga yun. Pero ang Mac kasi talaga, dedicated lahat ng softwares and hardwares nila. Purely ang manufacture Mac. So, hindi ka makakahanap ng ibang pyesa niyan kung saan lang. Upgrade ako, ililipat ko yung hindi. Just sa manufacturer lang or manufacturing company ng Macintosh. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
So there are minimum recommended PC or laptop specs for music production, which are it has at least a minimum of 2.4 gigahertz quad-core power, which are the i5 and the i7. Next is it has at least 4 gig of RAM, a 64-bit operating system, and a minimum of 500 gig of internal storage, the HDD or the SD. And of course, it has a 13-inch screen.
Nga naman. Para kung mag-edit kung wala kang monitor. Siyempre may monitor. Okay, thank you. Sige, diretso, ma'am.
So how much RAM do I need for audio production?
Ayan.
So despite how important RAM may seem, audio tasks are surprisingly forgiving on your system's memory. 8 gig is plenty for the majority of audio production processing. So 8 gig is the
Okay.
RAM you needed.
Okay, sa akin po, 16 gig. In-upgrade ko na siya. Dinagdagan ko lang
Okay.
isa. Bale, dalawang pares kasi yan eh. Hindi kasi pwedeng 8 gig lang, tapos 4 gig. Dapat pares siya. Okay, 16 gig. Pero hanggang 16 gig na lang ako kasi di naman kasi ako masyadong ano yan, ang tawag ko dito. Hindi naman ako masyadong focus sa gaming. Pag gaming talaga dapat mas maganda 32 gig yan. Para talagang tawag ba dito? Maganda yung ano yan, yung projection ng image sa monitor or sa PC mo. Okay? Ano pa, ma'am?
So there are things to consider when buying a computer for audio production.
Yan.
So computers can range in price and ability to produce good audio. As much as it's to the producer who needs skill and talent, they have to work with some of the best pieces of technology to get the best results. It's only fair that we consider all the key elements of audio production, the PC, before we get into our top choices. And we must be sure that the laptop or computer is exactly what we want and does everything we need. Since there are too many computers out there, you may come across some that aren't as great as others, but a similar price. So there are two things to consider: the budget and the suitable tools. So to the budget, do some research first about the audio production computers and how much they normally are before you start assessing your budget in more detail. Remember, a laptop or PC for audio production is a long-term investment and it's not going to stop working in just a few months. So next is the suitable tools. So choosing your new laptop or computer could depend on the tools that you're used to and what you've already paid for. So in searching for your laptop or computer, ensure the quality and its long-term usage.
Ano pa?
So that's all po about my
Okay.
discussion.
Ayun. So, napakalinaw yung in-explain ni ma'am. So, ipinakita ni Ma'am Session sa atin yung mga dapat na unawain ng isang emerging audio producer pagdating sa audio production. And that is about the computer, which is the one we're going to systematically process your production. Kasi kung walang computer, hanggang normal recording ka lang sa cellphone, pwede na yun. Di ba na mag-record ka na lang, i-upload mo, may TikTok naman, di ba? Pero if you are dealing about, let's say, an average or professional recording, kailangan talaga natin ng computers. Okay? So, wala na kayong katanungan, guys. Napakalino na pagkaka-explain ni Ma'am Saison. Thank you very much, Ma'am Angelica. Okay?
Thank
So,
you, sir.
ang next topic natin ay, ano nga, sino yung susunod nating discussant? Sino nga? Wala na, di nyo alam mo sino susunod.
Miss Gemaline po, sir.
Okay, si Ma'am.
Laika po.
Okay, si Ma'am Laika na ang susunod. Okay?
Opo.
So, ladies and gentlemen, yan po. So, in-explain sa atin ni Ma'am kung ano yung mga pinakamadaling way para maunawaan natin na kinakailangan dapat mag-research muna tayo bago tayo bumili ng personal computer or kung mas malupit, Mac computer. Okay? So, thank you very much, Ma'am Angelica. Okay? So, I think susunod na discussant natin ay si Ma'am Laika. Okay? But anyway, I think it's time for a little break. We'll be right back.
Audio interface, sir.
Okay, what's up there mga kaedot? Nagbabalik ang yung host, Bernardo Forzano, aka CJ Casantay, and time check, it's already 2:15 in the afternoon. Now, our next topic regarding the tools and equipments in audio production will be about... Ano yung topic mo, ma'am? Hinahanap ko. Ayun, sorry, di ko makita. Okay, so our next topic is all about audio interference. Okay? Interface. Tama? Okay, that's audio interface. Okay? So, let's start, ma'am. It's your turn na po.
So, good. I am welcoming you all to our live discussion. So, I am going to discuss about the subtopic, which is the audio interface. Next slide.
Gayon.
So, hello everyone. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, viewers. So, this is Laika May and Secreto, your discussant for this topic. Next.
Okay, let's start.
So, ngayon ay hindi na natin papatagalin pa. Umpisahan ko na. So, what is an audio interface and what does it do? So, if you want to know what is an audio interface, then you probably mean paano ko ma-record ang boses ko, yung gitara, yung ukulele, yung piano, yung keyboard, o kahit ano na makakagawa or nakakagawa ng tunog.
Yan.
Next slide.
Ayoko nga. Joke lang. Okay.
So, kung makikita nyo, ito ay isang halimbawa ng isang standard na audio interface. Ikaw ay isang producer, singer, or gusto mo lang mag-video voiceover, kailangan mo ang isang audio interface kung gusto mong i-record ang sarili mo na tumutunog ng gitara, ng keyboard, or you just want to record any kind of high-quality voices into your computer.
Okay. So, ito, pinapakita sa atin ni ma'am ngayon. Kung makita nyo guys, okay, check out this audio interface here. Okay, pareho to ng interface ko. Yung nga lang, 2i4 to, Scarlett. Focusrite ang brand. Yung sa akin, 2i2 lang. Pero okay na siya. Budget audio interface na siya. Wala na yung problema. Kasi, anyway, ang tawag dito sa nakikita nyo sa screen, right there, is a combo jack. Ibig sabihin ng combo jack, pwede dyan yung TRS or TS na plug. Yung parang ganito. Dali. Ay, papakita natin. Okay? So, pwede to guys. Hindi makaabot. Yan. So, pwede to. This is a TS, ibig sabihin, tip sleeve lang. Pwede rin yung TRS, yung tip ring sleeve. At pwede rin yung tinatawag nating ito pa yung kung ano yun, hindi ko mahanap. Lumabas ka dyan. Yun, dun sa baba. Okay, so pwede rin ito. Hirap maging ano yan. Pwede rin ito guys, yung tinatawag nating XLR cable. So combo jack siya, pwedeng isaksak ito, TS or TRS, pwede rin isaksak itong XLR. Pero, hindi siya pwede pagsabayin. Isa-isa lang. Oo, basta pwede kahit ano dito sa dalawa. Okay? So yun yung isang example dyan na nakikita nyo sa audio interface. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
So, an audio interface, in essence, is the equipment that serves as the heart of a conventional recording studio.
Tama. Okay? Ano na, ma'am? Anong binabasa mo dyan? Sige.
Slide number 8. So let's take a closer look at that. So you connect your audio interface to your computer via a USB or Thunderbolt cable, or less frequently FireWire, depending on the device.
Opo. So,
So
bak
additionally,
yung ano yan, yung FireWire cable kasi, ewan ko ba kung bihira yung magamit dito ng mga nagsisimula pa lang ano yan. So, ginagamit talaga po yung FireWire cable. Okay? That's actually a cable para ma-detect yung tamang clock. Okay? Yung para magkaroon ng sync. Yung FireWire cable yung ginagamit. Pero dito sa atin, hindi masyadong ano yan, aware yung mga audio producers natin. Okay, lalo yung mga nagsisimula pa lang. Ang kalimitang ginagamit natin, USB type. Tama? Yung Universal Serial Bus, yun talagang ginagamit. Okay, ma'am? Sige, ma'am. Explain natin to.
additionally, with the proper adapter or appropriate cables, you can record directly to your iPad.
Ayo. Kaso lang wala akong iPad. Sana all
Right?
meron.
Slide number 10. So, ayan. So, in the front of the interface, there are several inputs for connecting microphones, guitars, or even the live output of your scene or digital piano. So as a result, you may create a wide variety of high-quality recordings, and it is extremely versatile. So
Okay.
this interface may also have input and output capabilities. As a result, you can use your MIDI keyboard as a controller to operate virtual instrument on your computer, other media editing tools, or the playback of your MIDI instrument to your computer.
Okay.
So in addition to being able to record in high quality, you will also be able to play back your recordings in high quality so that you can listen to what you have done using headphones or studio monitors.
Okay. Ayos. Well said.
Ayan. So here is the gist of what is happening. So you are recording an analog signal from your microphone or instrument, and the interface is performing an analog to digital conversion and producing an audio stream that can be stored and manipulated on your computer.
Okay. So, kung mapapansin nyo guys, meron dong mga binary numbers. Okay? Ang pinaka-purpose po kasi talaga ng audio interface is to transmit or let's say to convert analog, okay? Analog signal into digital signal. Kasi, pagpasok ng boses ninyo sa microphone, nasa analog pa yan. Ngayon yung microphone nyo papasok dito sa interface, sasabi kanina, magsasaksak nyo yung microphone. yung analog po na yun, analog signal, i-convert po siya ng audio interface. Kaya yung audio interface niyo nakasaksak sa computer. Paglabas doon sa DAW, digital na po yung tawag ba dito? Yung sound source or yung signal. Hindi na siya analog. Digital na siya. Ibig sabihin, kinumpute na siya ng computer para maging digital signal pero on the highest quality. Okay? So let's proceed po.
Okay. So, it is also possible to go in the other direction in order for you to hear what you have done on your speakers or headphones. You must
Yan.
stream the digital audio from your computer through the interface where you are performing the digital to analog conversion.
Okay, ito yung dahilan kung bakit sabi kanina ng ating first discussant, dapat suitable or at least, okay, kung pwede lang i5 yung processor kasi ikino-convert ulit, okay, nung interface and then yung computer, yung sound naman palabas sa output ninyo, sa headphone, tapos dito sa studio monitors. Kasi kung mabagal yung processor ninyo, ang mararamdaman ninyo or maririnig ninyo tunog, putol-putol. Kaya nakaka-bad trip kung ang baba talaga ng processor niyo. Kaya mas maganda talaga mag-invest sa mataas na level ng processor. Okay? Let's proceed, ma'am.
So, examining the front panel will allow us to gain a better understanding of the equipment. The audio inputs are located on the front of the interface, as you can see in the image. So, a maximum of 2 microphones can be connected to the system.
Yan.
Built-in preamplifiers will allow you to use the gain controls close to the microphones. Microphone inputs to acquire the exact level of signal you need to produce a high quality
Okay.
recording of your mic.
Linawin natin to sa ating mga viewers, okay? Mga audio freaks there. Meron po tayo dyang line button and instrument button. Kung yung ipapasok ninyo dito, tambay mo yung ipapasok. yung ipapatch ninyo diyan, yung na nga word ng ipasok, yung ipapasok ninyong signal diyan, okay, ay ang line input. Okay? So dapat po ang tawag diyan, yung source ninyo nasa line input din. Kasi baka po magkaroon diyan ng disturbance or let's say audio interference pagdating po sa pag-convert ng signal. Kasi malakas po talaga ang tawag ba dito? Ang instrument signal. Okay? Ang nangyayari kasi diyan sa instrument po, ang ipapasok po nyo diyan, for example, yung gitara, okay? Yung guitar na acoustic guitar for example, gagamit kayo nito, itong wire na to. Okay? Pipiliin yung instrument. Okay? Pero kung line po, kayo mas maganda dyan kung microphone ang gagamitin niyo. So, gagamit kayo ng XLR cable. So, nasa line lang kayo. Okay? Let's proceed po.
Next slide. So in addition, if you want to record yung piano or yung keyboard, or if you want to take the line out from a mixer where you are recording numerous inputs, then you can connect the line level inputs to the mixer. You can also record guitars directly by switching to the instrument mode.
Okay. Ito kasi pinapakita ni ma'am na audio interface. Ito yung pinaka kilala sa market. This is Focusrite yung brand. Pero marami pang audio interfaces na mabibili sa market ngayon, lalo sa mga online online malls. Okay? Or shops. Pero ang tinutukoy dito is kung paano i-mix yung audio interface kasi gusto mo daw ipalabas ulit sa ibang console. Okay, so dapat importante yung mga cable. So mamaya i-explain natin yan. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
You can use the pad switch to attenuate the signal being recorded if you feel that the input is a little too hot and that you don't have much headroom.
Yan.
So this will ensure that you don't have any unwanted noise while recording.
Tama. Okay, well said. Let's proceed, ma'am.
Next. Okay. So, kailangan i-adjust ang volume control. So, you can manage the volume of your studio monitors independently of the volume of your headphones. And you can switch the headphones between the two different lifting sources. Queuing can be done in a similar fashion to a DJ. You can direct monitor, which is one of the most useful aspects of an audio interface. If you can direct monitor, it implies that you can record one track on top of another and hear what you are doing in real time without any latency.
Okay, yung tinutukoy dito ni ma'am is, kung for example, magre-record ka ng boses, you're going to use headphone, okay? And then meron ng backing track, they're going to record your voice, okay? Ang mangyayari dito, pipindutin nyo guys yung direct monitor. I-on nyo yun. Bakit nyo kinakailangan i-on yun? Para pag recording nyo, maririnig nyo yung sarili nyo without latency. Yung latency kasi yung nakaka-bad trip sa ibang ang devices na hindi gagamit ang audio interface because imagine niyo i-convert yung sound mo into digital coming from analog. So, kinakailangan pa ng segundo, okay, ilan seconds. Kung walang audio interface, siguro pag kayo nag-record, mapapakinggan niyo yung sarili niyo siguro at I think mga 0.5 seconds. So, there is a delay. Ang pangit kaya nun, parang nag-e-echo kang nagsasalita. Pagka nagsabi ng may susunod pa dyan na So, hindi siya magandang pakinggan. Kaya, ang trabaho ng interface, isa sa mga magagandang trabaho talaga nito is avoid too much latency. Meron pong latency, pero mababa yung latency niya. So, at least pag inopen nyo yung direct monitor, parang, halos sakto na yung boses ninyo habang nagre-record. Okay? So, yun ang kagandahan kapag may audio interface. Let's proceed, ma'am.
Next slide. You can specify whether you hear totally what you are recording or entirely what is being played back on your computer at the same time. So if you hear a mix of the two simultaneously, you can also change the stereo or mono mode of your direct monitor.
Ito kasi guys sa Focusrite ko dito, wala siyang ganito kasi 2i2 lang to, ito 2i4 yung pinapakita ni ma'am. So meron siyang stereo and mono mode. Pag stereo mode, ibig sabihin dalawa yung source, left and right. Okay? So ang mono naman isa lang. So ibig sabihin isa lang yung channel or isa lang yung source mo. May pag stereo dalawa. Okay? So let's proceed, ma'am.
Next slide. So at the end of the interface front panel, there is a 48-volt button that allows the interface to supply phantom power to one or two condenser microphones, allowing to connect any type of microphone to the interface front panel using XLR leads.
Yun. So sa mga hindi nakakapag-yan, ang dami netong nakikita ko mga nagkakamali, lalo na sa mga nagsisimula. Pinipindot yung 48 volts, ang gamit na microphone is dynamic mic. Okay? Yung parang ganito lang. Ito. This is a Shure SM58 microphone. Okay? Dynamic mic to. Hindi ito nangangailangan ng 48 volts. Okay? Ang nangangailangan ng 48 volts is yung condenser type microphone. Ano yung condenser type microphone? Ito po, yung ginagamit ko. Yan. So, it's a condenser type microphone. So, ang condenser microphone po, nangangailangan siya ng 48 volts. Okay? Kaya meron tinatawag ditong 48 volt button which is phantom power. Kung hindi nyo yan i-on, hindi ka makaka-pick up ng signal. So, yung mic mo parang walang kwenta. Kaya sa mga may balak pong maging recording artist, okay? Pag bilhin ninyo ng audio interface, mamimili kayo. Ano gagamitin ninyong microphone? Is that dynamic or yung ginagamit kong condenser type microphone? Okay? Nasa sa inyo yan. Okay? So, basta ang importante, kapag gagamitin niyo condenser type, pipindutin niyo yung 48 volts para gumana yung condenser microphone. Okay? So mag-ingat kayo, baka bumili kayo ng interface na walang 48 volts, walang silbi yung inyong condenser microphone. Pero may mga condenser microphone rin na condenser siya pero hindi nangangailangan ng 48 volts. Yung mga may baterya, pwede yun. Oh, may baterya. Pero mas maganda siguro kung 48 volts talaga yung inyong ano yan. Or design for 48 volts yung condenser mic para mas maganda yung daloy ng voltahe. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
Next slide. So just taking a peek at the rear will reveal that you have a USB output. Since this is a USB interface, which is convenient.
Yan.
You have got your MIDI input and output, which means it's got Medicap capability, and you have also got a selection of outputs to choose from.
Yan. Ayos. So, ako guys ngayon, hindi na ako masyadong gumagamit ng MIDI cable or MIDI input. Okay? So, more or less, ang ginagamit ko na lang talaga is USB type. Kasi may mga ano yan, may mga gamit tayo dito. Okay, so meron ako ditong launch key kung ginagamit pag ano yan, pag tawag ba dito? Pag-produce ng tugtog, paggawa ng tugtog. Ayan, so Novation. So, yun nakikita ninyo sa mga producer. Ayan. So, yan po, through USB na lang siya. Okay? So, hindi na ako nahihirapan or nangangailangan pa ng MIDI cable. More or less, mas maganda na rin at mas convenient yung USB type kasi kung masira man yan or kung bibili ka, available lahat yan sa market ngayon. Yung MIDI cable medyo ano yan, parang pa-phase out na rin yung ano yan, yung cabling yan ngayon. Okay? Kasi puro lang talaga USB type. Okay? Ano pa, ma'am? Let's proceed.
Yan. Next. You could connect the outputs to the balanced inputs of studio monitors, or you could connect them to an amplifier or a mixer directly.
Ayan, pwede yan. Basta tama yung pagkaka-patch at tama yung ginamit yung cable. Okay? Ay, wow, tapos na pala. Ayos, ma'am.
Okay, thanks for listening. So that's all. Thank you.
Ayos. Thank you very much, Ma'am Laika Secreto. Okay, ang ganda ng apelyido ni Ma'am Secreto. Pero hindi niya hindi niya sinikreto sa atin yung information because napakalinaw nung kanyang pagkaka-discuss regarding dito sa audio interface. So mga ka-edu, may bala kayong maging audio producer or recording artist, bili na kayo ng audio interface. We'll be right back.
Ako po, sir. Digital Audio Workstation po daw. DAW po. Jemalyn Calleja po.
Okay, welcome back mga ka-edu, and thank you very much for watching in our Bora Bora live stream today regarding the tools and equipment in audio production. So shout out muna sa ating mga viewers ngayong hapon. Time check, it's already 2:37 and the afternoon. So I hope dun sa two discussions natin, marami kayong natutunan, specifically yung basics at yung mga proper guides kung paano pumili ng tamang computer, specifications, and audio interface. So ngayon naman, ipapaliwanag ng ating next reporter yung gagamitin nating pang-edit ng audio o pang-process ng audio recording ninyo or audio production. And that is the DAW, which is the DAW or Digital Workstation or Digital Audio Workstation. Now to discuss this, okay, we have Ma'am, sinong ayon?
Opo, sir.
Okay, si Ma'am
Jemalyn po.
Ma'am Jemalyn Calleja. Ma'am Jemalyn, it's your turn na po.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jemaline Calian. I will discuss to you the DAW or Digital Audio Workstation. Next slide po. So here is the yung display niya po ng DAW.
Ayan ang ginagamit ko, ma'am. Yan ay FL Studio or Fruity Loop Studio. Meron yung kasi niyang free eh. Mga Pilipino mahilig sa free.
Opo, mostly.
Siyempre libre, di ba? Kasi karamihan ginagamit kasi mura siya. Actually, may mura niyan. Nabibili ngayon sa Lazada or Shopee. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
So let's define first what is digital audio workstation. A digital audio workstation functions by converting analog audio, which arrives via an external audio interface, into a digital sequence that can be processed on a computer. So, yung DAW po is yun po yung editor na ginagamit po ng mga audio
Producers.
editors
Yan.
opo, or producers po for editing their music po or
Ayan.
any voice records
So,
po.
kulang pala na meron ka lang interface. Dapat meron ka rin DAW. Di ba? Or Digital Audio Workstation. Let's proceed, ma'am.
So, it is an audio editor that produces music or other digital audio-based projects. Those all allow users to create, arrange, and edit multiple layers of audio. Music can be imported from a device, recorded from real instruments or microphones that are plugged into the computer, or created using built-in MIDI instruments. In the that's
Mahangin. Sige lang.
next slide po, sir.
Yun lang pala. Kala ko. Okay, sige. Ayan.
Wait lang po.
Wow, mahangin dyan naman. Ayos ah. Ito ng ambience. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
So, the first function of the audio workstation or the DAW is to record and edit audio. DAWs feature audio sequencer that let users record multiple tracks and play them back simultaneously.
Wow.
You can then cut, copy, and paste audio waveforms much in the same way you can move text in a word processing program.
Tama.
Tracks can easily be muted and cross-faded into one another. At any point during the editing process, the digital files can be played back as analog audio through speakers or headphones.
Yun. So, ang ganda ngayong panahon. Meron na tayong digital audio workstation. Noong mga panahon, analog workstation yan. Or let's say, analog workstation talaga yung ginagamit. Okay, primarily during starting the age of 1920s hanggang 1970s I think or 80s. Kasi, noong mga panahon, ang nagmi-mix talaga dyan is malaking mixing console. So, doon na siya. Tapos, inire-record na siya. Gamit yung cassette, kung ano-ano mga ang recording devices ng mga panahon. Samantala ngayon, computer lang ang kailangan, tapos audio interface. So, pwede ka na mag-edit. Pwede ka mag-edit using multi-track. So, pwede mo mapakinggan isa-isa. Pwede mo talaga siyang maayos. So, ibig sabihin, kahit isang tao ka lang, basta meron ka nitong gamit na to, kaya mo talaga makapag-produce, di ba, ma'am?
Yes po, sir. It's way more easier po, sir. And meron din po siya mga tawag doon, elements po ba or parang mga tools na ginagamit para po
plugins.
we can easily edit po.
Mga plugins po. Okay, so for example, mag-a-add ka ng audio reverb, delays, tapos EQ, something mastering tools. Nandiyan na ngayon lahat. Okay? So ang gagawin mo lang is maghahanap ka ng libre sa internet.
Yes po, sir.
Maghanap ka ng free. Pero I suggest guys, if you want a more let's say realistic and well-produced music, kailangan talaga mag-subscribe sa mga kilalang mga sites na kung saan bibili ka ng mga well-programmed na mga plugins. Okay, let's proceed po.
Yes po. For the second function of the DAW is play virtual instruments. Using MIDI commands, you can control virtual instruments that replicate the sounds of acoustic instruments like the piano, violin, cello, clarinet, guitar, bass, and drum sets. Musicians typically control these virtual instruments using external MIDI.
Okay.
External MIDI sequencer keyboards.
Okay. Tama. Yung pinakita ko kanina, yun. MIDI keyboard yun actually, pero USB type. Ang kagandahan kasi guys ng virtual instruments, kahit hindi ka naman talaga nag-aral kung paano mag-compose ng isang orchestra, pag meron kang tinatawag na MIDI library, or let's say VST library, or virtual instrument, okay, makakagawa ka ng sarili mong orchestration. Bakit? Just going to play that in the keyboard, and then lalabas na yan doon, and then iayusin mo na lang, i-organize mo na lang yung mga tugtog. And boom, after how many seconds, yan. Isa ka na ngayong conductor ng orchestra. So, ganun lang kadali pala ngayon. Pero, mas maganda siguro neto, dapat aware ka para maging isang magandang halimbawa yung production mo into the standards ng production today is dapat aware ka muna sa mga instrumentong gagamitin mo. So, in short, dapat may knowledge ka talaga sa music. Tama? Okay.
Opo, sir.
Let's proceed, ma'am.
Opo, sir. So for the third function, we do have experiment with audio effects. Digital audio workstations typically offer various effects processing features for audio files. Effects such as delay, reverb, tremolo, compression, EQ, and echo tend to come standard on a DAW. Some producers also use third-party virtual studio technology for particular effects. For instance, you might use your DAW's compressor but use a third-party plugin for reverb sounds. It also usually possible to set up custom automations to create volume fades, planning effects, and other forms of audio processing. So we can experiment po with different audio effects na pwede nating i-attach sa
Tama talaga.
ating music. Yes.
Regarding doon sa sinabi ni ma'am, kay linaw natin, meron tayong tinatawag kasi na third party. Ibig sabihin ng third party, for
Opo.
example, yung contact player, that's a third party. Okay? Meron din silang library doon na bibilhin mo, subscribe ka doon sa contact mismo. Okay? So, bibilhin mo siya doon, papasok ka doon sa library ng contact. So, sa contact player lang talaga mapi-play yun. Okay. So, ngayon, yung may mga devices na ano yan, like this, the FL Studio, yung mga ganung uri ng to, meron na siyang mga built-in na mga processors, kay audio effects and plugins. Pero kung gusto mo talaga ng mas maganda, you need to subscribe to a third party. Kasi ginawa rin yun para mas mapaganda, maging realistic yung production. Kasi may mga VST talaga guys na lata. Alam mo yung tunog MIDI. Masyadong tunog computer. Pero ang problema sa VST, masyado siyang mabigat sa third party. Okay? Masyado siyang mabibigat kasi nga napakaganda ng pagkaka-develop ng ng mga files, ng mga audio, samples. So sobrang ganda, ang bigat niya. So kung medyo mababa yung storage mo, hindi ka makakapag access doon sa third parties. So dapat i-upgrade mo na naman yung PC mo. So ganun talaga 'yon para
Opo.
mas maganda, upgrade lang ng upgrade. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
Kaya mas maganda po na ipa-follow po natin yung same po ng discussion kanina po ni Miss Saison, yung about po sa computer na ginagamit po.
Tama talaga. Let's proceed, ma'am.
For the fourth function, we do have the mix and master audio tracks. Some music producers take audio tracks recorded by someone else, import them into their DAW, and then mix those files and add final burnishing effects. So, yun nga po, pwede natin po ma-mix by using the different DAW that we are using para po ma-mix yung files o yung recorded na voice nung someone or kunwari an artist para po mapaganda yung music itself.
Opo, ginagawa talaga to ngayon ng ating mga artists. Okay, for example, yung gawa ni ni Pablo sa SB19. Tama ba yan? SB19 ba sila? Okay, so gumawa siya ng ipinasa dun sa kanyang producer. So yung producer na yung nag-ayos. Kasi iba yung mixing sa mastering. Baka kasi iba po yung trabaho ng ng mixing lang. Tapos iba rin yung trabaho ng mastering. So i-discuss natin yon pagdating sa dulo ng topics ninyo dito sa course niyo. Okay? So let's proceed, ma'am.
So for the last function of the digital audio workstation, we do have the work on sound design and non-musical audio. A digital audio workstation works for any type of audio, not just music. Some sound designers, ADR engineers, audio editors, and voice-over artists use the same DAW programs used by top music producers.
Okay, tama yun. Kasi, hindi lang naman talaga ang DAW ginagamit for music. Okay? For example, sa mga cinema, kasi pwede tayong gumamit or mag-record or let's say mag-edit, mag-produce na ang stereo lang or mono. Pero sa cinema, mas maganda kung surround. Ibig sabihin, 5 channel. May dalawa sa harap, may sa gitna, may sa likod. Diba? Sa cinema yun, mayroon pa nga niya nasa taas or nasa dito sa gilid mo. Or let's say yung tinatawag natin 7.1 or 12.1 ang surround channels. So, depende po yan sa gagamitin production. So, ang DAW ninyo, limitless ang kanyang capacity na mag-produce ng kung ano-ano as long as kaya ng computer. Kasi yung pagkakamali ng ano yan, ng ibang mga producers, kaya lalo yung nagsisimula pa lang, ang daming ornamentations na ginawa sa pag-produce, lalo-lalo na sa music production, nakalimutan nila, hindi na pala kaya ng computer nila. Yung pagdating ng oras, gano'n na yung tunog. Sabi ko, ano nangyayari dito? Yung pala, di na kaya. So, i-consider yung discussion natin kanina, yung sa first discussion ni Ma'am Saison, yung RAM, yung CPU, okay, tapos yung, minsan nga yung video card pa nakalagay pa rin dyan Kasi pag may nangyayari, minsan nagcha-choppy talaga yung yung mga plugins kasi sa sobrang tawag ba dito, hirap na yung computer sa ginagawa niyang processing. So, importante talaga na alamin mo muna kung kaya ba ng computer mo or hindi. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
Opo, that's right po. So, there are 8 types of digital audio workstation. Many types of digital audio workstations exist in today's retail market. So we
Yes.
do have the number 1,
Nako,
the Avid Pro Tools.
Pro Tools.
Yes po.
Ito po.
For decades.
Oo.
Okay.
Ito pong Pro Tools po, maganda siya, pang professional. Pero, I tell you now, kumakain niya ng RAM. Kumakain niya ng RAM. Kaya dapat ang RAM mo tapos computer, ang CPU mo talaga mataas. Kasi kung gagamit ka nito, gamit mo lang laptop, i5, tapos mababa yung RAM mo. Taka mapaprostrate ka lang. For sure yan, mga kapatid. Pero promising talaga ang Avid Pro Tools. Kasi yung mga plugins niya talaga pang professional recording and production level na. Okay? Isa pa. Okay, ma'am. Explain natin to.
Since popular po siya for recording high fidelity audio, recent versions of the program features robust MIDI functionality, but Pro Tools built its name in audio recording, editing, and sequencing.
Ito
So
yung
popular
number
po
1.
talaga.
Ito yung pinakamalupet, number 1. At yung susunod. Ayan!
So we do have the Ableton Live.
Ableton Live.
This-
Okay.
Ableton. Okay. This popular DAW has many adherents in the electronic music and hip-hop scenes. It offers a highly intuitive workflow for creating drum loops and adjusting beats on the fly.
Okay. Alam niyo yung yan, yung key finesse. Yung pusa na nilalagyan ng tugtog. Tapos yung mga hayop nilalagyan niya ng tugtog. Ang gamit po niya is Ableton Live. So Ableton Live is for live musicians, kaya nga live. For mastering and production loops. Ibig sabihin, paulit-ulit lang. And then you can post it, you can replay it ulit, okay? As long as you master the buttons, okay, ng Ableton Live. So, with the aid of the devices na ginagamit natin, so ang dami nating devices, we have this what we call pads, yung mga pinipindot na mga squares dyan. So, nakakatulong siya para mas ma-facilitate yung paggawa ng loop music. Kaya ito na yung palaging ginagawa kasi pabilisan na kasi ngayon ng pag-produce Pag mabilis ka mag-produce, may bago kang production. May bago kang video. Mas madami yung views. Ganun ngayon. Okay?
May advantage po.
Advantage talaga. Pero,
Ako,
dapat mag-practice ka. Dapat mabilis ang kamay sa Ableton Live. Kasi kung mabagal kamay mo, mahuli ka. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
Apo. So, We have the second one, or the Image Line FL Studio.
Ayan yan ang ginagamit ko.
So, previously po known as Fruity Loops. FL Studio offers many functions, but it is particularly favored by producers of electronic dance music or EDM. If you base your musical compositions around pre-recorded loops and drum sounds as opposed to recorded audio, FL Studio may be the best DAW for your needs.
Yes po. Okay, ito isa sa mga ano yan eh. Kasi, unang-una, ito ang medyo gamay ko na. Tapos, pwede akong gumawa ng soundtracks na, tawag ko dito, danceable. Kasi, may mga nakalagay na dyan ng mga plugins. And then, sample tracks. And sample, tawag ko dito, instruments. Na ready talaga for production ng dance music. Nandyan na yan. Lalo may hip-hop na nga. Nandyan, marami. Try nyo guys. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
So, our next one is the Apple Logic Pro.
Yeah.
Logic is a DAW that was developed in Germany and purchased by Apple in 2002. Today, it is a popular all-purpose DAW that performs well with recorded audio, MIDI, and live drum looping.
Yeah.
Unlike many other DAWs, Logic is expressly designed for the Mac OS operating system. Windows compatibility is not possible. So,
So, para saan lang siya,
po
ma'am?
talaga siya for Mac OS po.
Ayan.
Mac OS po, Mac OS.
Opo. So, yung mapapansin ninyo,
For Apple.
sa GarageBand sa iPad, okay, pwede siyang idiretso sa Apple Logic Pro. Pero idiretso mo sa PC, hindi maaari. Kasi naka-design lang talaga yung decoding niya para sa Macintosh. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
Opo, sa Mac OS. So, ito na nga po, yung next natin is yung GarageBand po. Ito po ay also owned by Apple. GarageBand is a stripped-down version of Logic Pro, and it retails for a fraction of Logic's price. This makes it a good intro program for new producers. Like Logic, GarageBand will only work on Apple products, including the Mac OS and iOS operating system. So, ito na nga po.
Okay, wala ako dyan. Wala naman akong iPad eh.
Opo, for Apple lang po talaga siya.
Sana all. Okay, piso for GarageBand and iPad. TBC challenge. Okay, let's proceed. Kung ano yung sinasabi ko, okay?
Next one, we do have the Steinberg Cubase Pro. Steinberg Cubase is an all-purpose DAW known for its audio recording capabilities and MIDI-based virtual instruments. It handles BST plugins and runs on Mac and Windows machines.
Okay.
So, pwede po siya bot.
Oo. Nakagamit na ako nito pero free lang. Free lang. Sample. After how many days,
Apo.
wala na. Tinesting ko lang. Okay, sige. Let's proceed, ma'am.
Apo. For the next one, we do have the Moto Digital Performer. So, Digital Performer has a relatively small market share, but it has a dedicated user base in the film scoring community. For years, Digital Performer has been a popular DAW for syncing audio and MIDI to motion pictures. It also features similar sequencing function as larger brands like Pro Tools and Logic. So, yun po. Parang parehas po siya or yung
Ginamit ko dati
performance niya po, parang Pro Tools.
Oo. Karamihan gumagamit na ito sa filmmaking. Sa film
Opo,
industry.
sa filmmaking po.
Let's proceed po. At yung pinaka ano yan, available sa lahat ng ng producers. Ito yon.
Yes
Ano yan,
po,
ma'am?
yung Audacity.
Yeah.
Audacity. It's a free open source audio editing program. So free po siya, kaya pwede po siya talagang magamit ng kung sino po na gusto mag-edit. It has far fewer capabilities than paid DAWs, but it functions on many platforms, including Windows, Mac, Linux, and Unix style systems. So,
Ayan.
free po siya, kaya
Oo.
Popular po siya sa,
Yung mga nagsisimula pa lang ng basic recording, try nyo
Opo.
muna sa Audacity bago kayo bumili ng mga mamahaling to. Okay?
Opo.
Ay, wow. Anong doto? Thank you for listening.
Opo, thank you po.
Ayos. Thank you very much.
Opo.
Okay, Ma'am Gemaline Calleja. Ayan. So, mga kapatid. So, napansin niyo yung discussion natin is pa-complex ng pa-complex kasi bakit pa-complex siya ng pa-complex? Madami na kasi ang kailangan. O, ba? So, ulitin natin mga kapatid. Yung una nating kailangan is computer. Okay, CPU, RAM, okay? And then yung ating cards, video cards, and audio cards. And then next is the interfaces, o tinatawag rin nga nating audio cards. And then yung DAW. Okay? So, ito na po yung pinakita sa atin ngayon ng ating discussant na si Ma'am Gemaline Calleja. Thank you very much, Ma'am. Okay, so next discussant natin actually is nandiyan na. Okay? So, I think magkakaroon muna tayo ng konting break. Okay? Inom muna kayo dahil napakadami na ng ating nalaman. Audio Freaks, we'll be right back.
Sino po?
Miss Payuyu po, sir. Joy.
Microphone, sir. Tapos microphone stand. Apo. Bisa na, sabay ko na.
Okay, what's up there mga Keduk? Time check, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, so ang ating susunod na discussion regarding sa tools and equipments. Ito, yung napaka-importante sa mga vocal recorders o sa mga recording artists. We have now the microphones. Okay, now to discuss this, I think na ready na siya. Okay, so ang next discussant natin ay si Ma'am Mary Joy Payuyu. Ma'am, are you there? Ayan. So, ready na si Ma'am? Ma'am Joy, it's your turn na po.
Yes, sir. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. My discussion is about microphone. So, what is microphone? Uy, di mo nag-iwag.
Oh, di pa iwagan ko na.
A microphone.
Nagbubulong pa siya dyan. Okay na?
May-
Nakita mo na?
A microphone is a device that... Yes, sir.
Okay.
A microphone is a device that captures audio by converting sound waves into an electrical signal. This signal can be amplified as an analog signal or may converted to a digital signal which can be processed by computer or other digital audio devices. So yung microphone is a beginning of a signal chain in mixing and mastering microphone audio. Microphones are not all that necessary, but they are essential for practical all over the audio recording.
Yan. Pwede na siguro
There
tayo
are
magtanggal ng ano yan.
plenty of different microphones on the market and different types as well. If you have been involved with audio and
Pwede na yan.
pwede na sir magtanggal mask.
Oo. Wala naman yung kasama mo. Nag-CR siguro. Okay na. Okay, nervous mag-discuss. Okay.
So
Ayan.
there are plenty
Chesa.
of different microphones on the market and different types as well. if you have been involved with audio and music for a while, you will likely know what mics you want for your studio. Before before we get into the difference between the three main types, let's quickly define the three main microphone types. The first one is the dynamic microphone. Dynamic microphones are the most widely used microphones. They have a simple design that includes a magnet warped by a metal coil. Since dynamic microphones use simple design, they are typically very durable and do not require electrical power. So when we say dynamic microphone, we typically means moving coil dynamic microphone. The term dynamic really refers to the electromagnetic transducer type. So ribbon microphone are also a type of dynamic microphone. The next one, so let's take a look at the sectional diagram of moving coil dynamic microphone transducer element. Let's see how dynamic microphone works. First is sound wave cause small vibration in pressures at one of both sides of the diaphragm, which cause it to move. As the diaphragm moves, the attached conductive coil moves with it. This conductive coil oscillate back and forth within the permanent magnetic field that is supplied by the magnets and fold pieces. The magnetic structures is built with cylindrical space for the coil to fit without touching the magnets. Next. As a conductive coil moves within the permanent magnetic field, it experiences a changing magnetic flux. This changing flux induces voltage across the seductive coil due to the electromagnetic induction. So that's how the dynamic microphones work.
Okay.
The next one is
tayo natin muna tong i-explain maigi. Okay, so napakalinaw naman yung binasa ni ma'am regarding dito sa dynamic
condenser.
Microphone. Okay, so guys, ang dynamic microphone po, hindi siya nangangailangan ng phantom power. Just need a cable, then plug it into your interface, and then record. Ang problema dito, sa microphone na ito, kung mahina ang boses mo, hindi gagalaw yung coil. Because nangangailangan kasi ng pressure para magkaroon ng sound signal. Kaya pinakita ko sa inyo kanina yung coil sa loob nito, pumapasok siya dyan. Kaya moving coil siya. So kapag nagalaw yung coil using the sound pressure, saka lang siya magkakaroon ng signal papasok sa inyong interface, diretso sa inyong DAW while you are recording. So kung napakahina ng boses mo, hindi talaga siya mapipick up ng dynamic microphone. That's why dynamic microphone is very usable sa live. Sa live situation kasi, okay, kinakailangan dito ng singer na handheld, ay nahawakan, tapos dapat talaga malapit sa source, sa nguso. Dahil kung malayo to, kahit gaano mo ka-boost nung nung gain, magkukos lang yan ng feedback or kung anong mga interferences, wala pa rin nakukuwang signal sa'yo kasi kinakailangan dito malapit sa speaker. Yun ang pinaka-rule ng dynamic mic. Pero ang kagandahan sa microphone na ito, you don't need 48 volts. Diretso, pagkasaksak mo, kanta ka lang ng malakas, salita ka lang ng malakas, okay na siya. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
The next one is the condenser microphone. Condenser microphone are commonly used for audio recording purposes. They are known for their sensitivity and plot frequency response, which consider microphone includes a front plate, the diaphragm, and the back plate that is called parallel the front plate. So, next.
Ayan.
So, condenser microphone converts sound wave into audio signal via electrostatic principle. It does so with a parallel plate capacitor. One plate is movable, which is the diaphragm front plate, and the other is stationary, the back plate. So let's see how the condenser microphone works. Next, sir.
O, ayan na.
So, i-shortcut ko na lang kasi mahaba babasahin.
Okay.
So, yung condenser microphone, nag-work siya. When sound waves hits the diaphragm, it vibrate and alter the distance between the two plates. This change is transmitted as an electrical signal between the two plates. This change is transmitted as electrical signals. Likely dynamic microphone condensers requires electrical power. This current may be provided by Danton internal battery, but it's most provided as 48-volt phantom power for external preamps or mixing console.
Okay. So, regarding dito sa condenser microphone. Okay,
The third-
so meron siya pong tinatawag na capacitor. Okay, so kaya kinakailangan mag-supply ng 48 volts para mag-function yan. So, ang problema sa condenser microphone is sensitive siya. So, ang dami ditong pumapasok na or kahit ng angaw mo, hingam mo, hininga mo, konting ano yan, ang gasgas ng sapatos mo, okay, maririnig niya. Papasok talaga siya dire-diretso. Unlike doon sa voice coil ng ano yan, ng condenser ng dynamic microphone. Okay, sound pressure ang kinakailangan. So dapat mas malapit. Sa condenser microphone, di mo kailangan lumapit. Okay, basta naka-on yung 48 volts, rinig ka na diyan. Okay? Pag lumapit ka ng lumapit, tataas yung ano yan, yung sound pressure ng ano yung signal mo. Minsan nagkakaroon distortion, pumuputok-putok yung tunog, ganon. Kaya dapat mas maganda sa condenser mic, tama yung distansya mo. Kaya wag sobrang lapit. Okay? So let's proceed, ma'am.
The third microphone is the ribbon. Ribbon microphone are also known for their highly fidelity. They contain the entry band made of aluminum or monofilm, which is suspended in magnetic field. Incoming sound waves make the ribbon vibrate, generate voltage proportional to velocity of the vibration. So as I mentioned earlier, ribbon microphones transducers are dynamic. The term ribbon microphone refers to the diaphragm of these mics and has been popularized to distinguish them from moving coil dynamic mics. So, cross-sectional diagram of dynamic ribbon microphone transducer element. A ribbon microphone converts sound waves into audio signal via electromagnetic induction. It does so with a conductive ribbon like diaphragm suspended within a magnetic field in permanent magnetic structures. Let's quickly run through how ribbon microphone works. Sound waves cause a small vibration in the pressure of both sides of the conductive ribbon, like diaphragm, which cause it to move. This ribbon diaphragm oscillates back and forth within permanent magnetic field that is supplied by magnetic structures. So yung mic niya is yung parang nakukuha lang na sounds, nakukuha niya yung both sound ng mic. Nagalag. Ay.
Ayan ah.
As a ribbon moves within the permanent magnetic field, it experiences a changing magnetic. This changing flux induce a voltage across the ribbon due to electromagnetic induction. Electrical leads wire attached to each end of the ribbon diaphragm takes this AC voltage and send through the passive circuitry of a ribbon mic before being output. Next. I have this Shure SM57 at
Ano
it's a
yan?
type of microphone. It is
Medyo mabagal. Okay lang, sige, diretso lang.
a dynamic mic. Nagalag, sir. Di mo na nagasunod.
Okay lang, sige lang.
It's nicknamed the audio workhorse and it is the most popular microphone in music studios around the world. This dynamic microphone is not the most accurate option out there, but it's nearly indestructible. This type of microphone, SM57, sounds great on drums, guitar, amps, and plenty of other sources. The next microphone is the Rode NT1A. It is popular electric condenser microphone. You may not find this microphone in high-end studios with huge budget, but for those projects, studios owner out there, this is one of the best condenser microphones that won't break the budget. The third microphone is the Neumann U87. It's a legendary condenser microphone and is a sign of professionalism in studio. This microphone popularity has brought about high expectation in critics, but it also certainly one of the best option out there, particularly for vocals, recording vocals.
Okay, let's proceed.
So the next tool is the microphone stands. So what is the microphone stand? Microphones are always better with stand that will hold them in place. Even in cases where microphone can be handheld in vocal recording, it's typically best to attach microphone to a stand. So, desktop stand. We have these different kinds of microphone stand. The first one is the tripod. Tripod.
Okay.
Next na, sir. The tripod boom stand are the most common, arguable the most versatile of the different style. Here are the examples of stand. On stage, DS7200 is plain desktop mic stand. It has a movable shaft with die-cast steel clutch, allowing high adjustment from 9 inches to 13 inches. So the tripod bump stands are great for variety of purposes, especially if you need to get the directional with mic placement. Let's say, for example, you're going to use a small diaphragm condenser mic to record an acoustic guitar. You need or you want the flexibility of being able to point the mic in the desired direction to capture the best sounds possible. And you can do that relatively easily with boom stand. The next one is the low profile mic stand. For an affordable price, this is a stand is durable and hold microphones in place with ease. The 25900 has an adjustable height from 16 to 3/4 inches and to 25 3/8 inches, and adjustable telescopic boom from 18 inches to 13 1/4 inches. So low profile stand are good for any instrument or speaker setting closer to the ground. Drum would certainly fall under the category. The next one, on stage MS700B is an excellent and inexpensive tripod mic stand. Its folding legs allowed for stability on most surfaces. The legs have plastic end caps for longevity and reduce transfer for mechanical noises. The MD700B features a steel clutch at its midpoint, allowing for high adjustment from 32 inches to 61 1/2 inches. The Atlas Sound MS20 is an amazing round base mic stand. The microphone's base is incredibly stable and resists mechanical noise transfer oddly well for a round base. The stand height is adjustable from 37 inches to 66 inches. Aray, namahid na ako.
Ano sabi
The
niyo?
next one is the tripod stand. Features an adjustable boom arm length. Tripod stand. Si Kaloren. Features an adjustable boom arm length from 435 millimeter or 17 inches and an adjustable height from 900 millimeter or 35.5 inches to 1,605 millimeter or 63 inches. Its stand is durable, sturdy, and an excellent choice for its price tag. The next one is
Dali na, matatapos ka na.
Hindi ko na nasundan, di mo nagasagot.
Sige na, matatapos ka na. Okay na. Sige, diretso.
Di ba kaya nag-repag sa screen?
Okay lang yan. Sige.
Alat. The ultimate support MC125 is 6-pound overhead mic stand with a low center of gravity designed for holding overhead mics. It features a rollable base with a rollable blade style wheel, a heavy-duty clutch, allowing high adjustment between 52 inches to 83 inches, and friction-free clutch, allowing its boom arm to extend from 35 inches to 61
Yan.
inches.
Ayun.
So there are a lot of different types of mic stand out there. Some that were not even mentioned. Pero yun lang yung best na sabi ni Google na mic stands.
Ayos.
That's all.
Okay, so sabi ni Ma'am yung information nandito sa ano yan, sa mga tawag dito microphone stands. But just to recall here, guys, okay, itong microphone na ito na nakikita niyo ngayon sa screen niyo, ito yung ginagamit actually ng mga ang nasa studio type lang, desktop type, pa yung mga halos kalapit mo lang yung microphone, ito yung ginagamit. Kung nasa radio station ka, pwede to. Okay? Ginagamit din to sa mga ano yan, close proximity, yung malalapit lang talaga yung distansya, ginagamit ito. Yung normally na ginagamit, yung tripod, ito yung ginagamit talaga sa performing. So, palagi yan. Normally, tripod ang stage microphones. Itong microphone na nakikita ninyo, kaso lang kasi medyo mababa, okay, yung mga microphone baga na, microphone stand na parang may bilog sa baba, ginagamit talaga yun sa mga ano yan sa mga singers na gumagalaw. Kasi sturdy siya. Kasi kung masipa mo yon okay lang, hindi masyadong gumalaw. Kung yung tripod microphone ang nasipa mo, tapos ngayon ano yan, for example, you are singing while dancing, di ba? Yung ginagawa ng mga nagba-backup vocals yan, nasipa mo yun, dala-dala yung mic. Makikita mo yung performer. Kasi sa microphone ko, kinukuha doon sa stage, nahulog na. So, yun ang bagay doon sa performer na yon. So, meron din tayo yung microphone na, tawag ba dito? Yung support, ano yan? Ultimate support na MC125. Ito yung microphone na ginagamit po kapag ang distansya ay medyo malalayo. So, ginagamit ito kung ang minamic ay overheads. Ibig sabihin yung cymbals sa drums. Ito yung ginagamit kasi meron siya kasing lever type doon sa dulo. Parang pampadagdag yun ng bigat na kung medyo malayo yung aabutin ng microphone sa taas ng drummer, hindi siya ma-outbalance. Okay? So, ito yung ginagamit. So, iba-iba yung mga microphone stands na dapat gamitin natin sa iba't ibang uri ng instrumento or let's say setup sa loob ng production venue na gagamitan ninyo. Okay? So, yun lang. Kaya nasaan na si Miss Payo? Yun na si Ma'am. Ma'am Joy, maraming salamat po. Yan, baka nag-CR na guide si Ma'am. Kasi parang ano yan, ano yan na nawawala yung internet nila kanina. Okay?
Ay,
so,
ay.
ano? Asa na si Ma'am? Uy. Nawala na naman si Ma'am. So, medyo mahina yung internet. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so, ayan po yung discussion natin regarding po sa microphone stands na didiscuss po ni Ma'am Mary Joy Payuyo. Sige, Ma'am, isna ka muna dyan. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. Thank you.
Ako po, sir. Baronya po, sir. Pa-filter po, tapos headphone po, sir.
Ayan, so nagbabalik ang inyong host, Sage Casenza, and time check is already 3:26 in the afternoon. So ngayon po, we're going to discuss about the pop filter and headphones na napaka-importante po sa isang recording artist. Medyo malamig na dito sa aking studio. Patayin ko muna yung aircon. Yan. Gilalamig na ako. Okay, and anyway, so let's proceed na po sa ating next discussant. Okay, so we have Ma'am Rhea Baronya. Ma'am, okay ka lang dyan? Ikaw na yung susunod? Okay, let's proceed, ma'am. It's your turn na po.
So, hello everyone. So, I am Remy Baronya. I will discuss to you the PA filter and headphone and what is the use of PA filter and why it is necessary in an audio production. So next is, let me first discuss to you what is PA filter. So PA filter, next po.
Ayoko nga. Sige.
So usually, ito po yung usually na nag-occur kung bakit tayo gagamit ng PA filter. Why do popping sounds occur? Popping sounds can heighten if you have your mouth too close to the microphone when recording. A pop shield or filter acts as a barrier between these sounds and the microphone with the aim of eliminating them altogether in the final product.
Yan.
So usually kung i-imagine niyo po, halimbawa may hawak kayong candle, tapos po may flame po siya. Kapag in front po siya malapit po siya sa mouth niyo po, halimbawa kapag nagsasalita po kayo, nagfi-flicker po yung flame doon po sa candle.
Yes.
Ngayon, ganun din po dito sa pop filter. Kaya gumagamit tayo ng pop filter para maprotektahan. Usually kasi, merong tayong naririnig na mga consonant like peace, yung
Yan.
bis po.
Yung
And then
plosives.
usually, opo, tapos nag-e-end siya usually sa S. Yan.
Ayan. So, ipakita
Yan
natin,
po.
ma'am, sa mga viewers na si sir nyo ay may gamit na pop filter dito.
Oh, yan po.
Ayan po, oh.
Okay
Yan.
po, yan po. Yan po yung pop filter.
Kasi ano yan, tawag ba dito? Kinakailangan talaga ng pop filter. In what sense? Kasi, pag tumama talaga yung mga plosives, hindi maiiwasan, lalo kung medyo malapit ka sa microphone. Puputok talaga yan eh. At ang problema nito, kapag nag-edit ka, napakahirap tanggalin yan. Oh, meron tayo mga plugins, mga filters para matanggal yan, but not 100%. Kaya nire-require talaga namin kapag gagamit ka ng tawag ba dito, condenser microphone sa recording, dapat po talaga may pop filter. Kaya lalong kung lumapit yung singer, biglang nagsalita ng letter B or letter P, and then yung mga hiss, yung mga hangin, sabi ni ma'am, nag-reflect, napakahirap nung tanggalin sa mixing. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
Next po. So, what are plosives? Plosives are sound that you should definitely be aware when you are recording professional voiceover or when you are recording in a professional studio. So, yung plosive po is yun yung mismong kailangan maging aware tayo kasi ito yung mga naririnig natin or naririnig natin when we are after natin makapag-record.
Actually,
And then,
these are what we call unwanted sounds. Okay,
Yes
unwanted
po, sir.
recorded sounds. Ayaw natin marinig yun because although importante because we need to have a clarity in recording, but ang plosives kasi pag tumama yan sa microphone, mapa-condenser yan or dynamic microphone man yan, talagang pumuputok siya. At ang sad case nito, kung hindi professional yung mixer, yung nag-edit, hindi niya matatanggal. Meron yan mga paraan para matanggal yan pero mabusisi. Okay, kaya para hindi na mahirapan yung producer, lagyan nyo ng pop filter. Di ba, ma'am?
Yes po, yes po. Yan po yung pinaka-common tools para ma-avoid natin yung mga concern about recording po. Plosive. So, next po is what does a pop filter do for a microphone? So, pop filter po are handy. So, kahit saan mo po siya dalhin is carryable naman po siya. Then, magaan lang din po. Using a pop filter cuts out issues on both the high and low ends, making for easier editing of recording and ultimately better sounding demos, auditions, and finished work. So, kina-cut out niya po yung mga issues na dulot po ng mga popping sound.
Okay.
So, next po is some voice actors swear by pop filters and would never record without one. So, mas nagiging po kasing solemn yung voice mo po kapag meron kang pop filters kasi yun nga po yung plosive, mas naiiwasan siya and then hindi mo masyadong maririnig yung mga consonant like P's and B's. Like usually din nagkakaroon ng T's na nag-e-end sa S, yung mga yun po.
Okay. Tama.
So, next po is the advantage of pop filters naman po. Pop filters are great for indoor use kasi ang hindi po siya dinesign, wala naman po ako masyadong nakikita na nasa labas po yung pop filters na ginagamit natin or dinadala natin sa labas. Usually po nakikita natin sila sa mga audio rooms, mga
Tama.
vocal studio po, ganon.
Sa live
And
po,
yan dyan po dito.
alam nga naman sa live, pagdala ka ng pop filter, ang gamit mo ay dynamic microphone. Meron yung foam sa
Yan
loob.
po, hindi po kasi yan.
Subukan nyo magdala ng pop filter sa live performance. Meron yung foam sa loob.
Opo,
Parang sira ulo mo. Okay, sige, let's proceed.
So using a pop filter cuts out issues on both the high and low ends, which makes it easier to edit an unwanted sounds and frequencies. So yun nga po, yun po ang isa sa advantage, kina-cut out nyo may mga issue, yung mga concern niya about sa popping sounds or the plosive sound. So next po is, they eliminate the popping sound caused by the mechanical impact of fast-moving air on the microphone. Usually po may mga background noise po tayo na minsan dumadaan, like yung halimbawa o kaya naman yung mga hangin or kapag tayo ay humihinga po,
Yan.
breathe tayo, naririnig po yan. Usually kapag naka-earphone din po tayo, di ba po, yan po yung example ng mga moving air.
Ito rin yung isang
Na-prevent po
dahilan
tayo.
kung bakit pag nagre-recording ng vocal sa mga professional studio, may pop filter because hindi maiwasan yung huminga ng malalim yung singer.
Yes po, sir.
Gumanon. So para hindi marinig yung sobrang hiss, you need pop
Yes,
filter
sir.
kasi number one ang advantage ng pop filter talaga is maiwasan yung extreme na hangin papusok doon sa microphone. Okay?
So they help to minimize plosive like P's and B's and can cut down on sibilance, the hissing sound that can come from overly apparent S sound. So yun po yung sinabi ko kanina, yung mga P's and B's na, yung mga consonant po. So next is, one of the advantage of pop filters, they help keep moisture of the mic which preserves your equipment. So, usually po kung mga nakikita natin, halimbawa lang po sa mga karaoke po, videoke, yan, minsan di ba po, pag kanta po tayo, dikit na dikit, lalo na yung mga, yung mga liquid po or mga moist po, na galing po sa,
Laway.
bibig po natin is napunta po doon sa mic. Ngayon, yung pop filter, nape-prevent niya po yun. Kasi usually po, halimbawa, itong mic na to is, halimbawa, wala pong pop filter, and then yung mga moist po, tapos ikikip mo siya, parang itatago na po, tapos magkakaroon siya, halimbawa, kumbaga malalagyan po siya ng mga dust.
Yan.
And then, ang mangyayari po, magkakaroon po yung mic ng mga rust or anong tawag nito? Yung mga takla. Baga.
Oo. Actually guys,
Yan.
importante kasi kung gamit mo ay dynamic microphone, meron yung foam sa loob ng mic cover. From time to time, lilinisan yan. Okay? Labahan mo yung foam. Ipilat mo, then afterwards, linisan mo yung cover ng microphone. Yun lang naman talaga yung pang, tawag ba dito, parang safety measure para hindi masira at magkaroon ng moist yung mga parts ng microphone nyo sa loob. So, dapat talaga aalagaan nyo rin yung gamit. Di ba, ma'am? Let's proceed po.
Opo. Yan po yung advantage ng mga pop filters. So, next po is things to consider when buying a mic pop filter. So, meron dito tayong size. The size depends on how large your mic is. The more na mas malaki yung pop filter, the more na mas maganda po kasi usually may mga nagre-record po tayo na medyo magalaw. You can move around the circle po kasi large naman yung diameter ng inyong pop filter.
Okay.
So next is the shape. There are different shapes available on the market. We have flat filters are most effective but require you speak more directly into the center. Kasi usually po ang flat is hindi niya mapoprotektahan yung side by side na kasi flat po kasi siya.
Rectangular or
kailangan mong
square
nasa
yan?
center.
Yung flat.
Opo.
Okay.
Yan po. So next is curved filters. On the other hand, allow you more range and movement while you are recording as they work from any angle. So
Yung
curved po
kanina
kasi
sa
siya,
akin.
so, maganda po yun. Opo, mas maganda po siyang gamitin kasi mas parang shield niya po yung boses.
Okay.
So next things to be considered when buying a mic pop filter, we have the mounts. The mount the filter comes with is an important thing to consider as well. Most pop filters come with a ghost neck. Ito yung ginagalaw po natin.
Oo. Pinakita
para
mo na ba yung kanina?
ma-adjust. Opo.
Ito yung gooseneck, oh.
Opo. Yung
Yan,
parang ma-adjust po. Yun po yung ghost neck mount that have screws din po into the filter frame and the clamp. You want to make sure that the ghost neck is long enough so that you can attach the filter in front of the microphone correctly po.
Okay.
The more na mahaba po yung ghost neck, mas maaayos nyo po siyang parang i-attach doon po sa microphone.
Tama.
So next po is there are tons of pop screens and filters available on the market. The right one for you will depend on your needs and budget po. Here are the two different types of pop filters to consider as well, their pros and cons. So we have first nylon mesh pop filters. So pros of nylon mesh pop filters is great po siya for beginners, yung mga nag-start pa lang po. And then affordable po siya, and standard po siya in the music and performance industries.
Tapo.
Great for removing plosive din po, mga plosive sounds. And then standard po siya sa mga music industries. Yan po ang nylon mesh pop-up filters. So, ang cons naman po niya is audio can be hindered, meaning high frequency are often removed po. Nylon is delicate and can be easily damaged. So, dahil po delicate lang din po siya, medyo smooth, and then madali lang din po siyang ma-damage, lalo kung hindi po natin iniingatan.
Oh, mura. Madali rin masira.
Opo. Kasi affordable naman po talaga siya.
Okay.
Opo.
Next one.
Next is metallic mesh metal pop-up filters. So, ang pros niya po is designed with wider holes which has less effect on high frequencies. So, madami po siya mga butas-butas. Like, durable din po kasi matibay kasi metal. Tend to be smaller, meaning it will be less obstructive kasi hindi po siya katulad ng nylon na meron po siya mga protective gear sa mga pagilid po niya. Yung metal po is wala. So, no, pero ang kagandahan din po sa kanya is durable din po siya. And then, less effect on high frequencies. So, next po is cons. The metal sheet is thin and can be easily bent if you're not careful. So, ito po yung cons niya din po. You need to be careful when you are in front of metal filters like this po. Kasi po, halimbawa kung medyo magalaw po kayo, pwede po kayong masabit. Lalo na kung may mga nakausli na pong wire or metal po doon sa palibot ng pa-filter na po na ito.
Ba't mag-isisukan mo?
And then po, yun po.
Dila mo sa
Tapos,
lips mo. Okay, sige. Ba't
then,
mapunit?
ano po, tawag nga nito, wala po siyang protective gear nga po, katulad ng nylon. So, over time, metallic filters can develop a slight whistling sound kasi po, dahil nga metal po siya, kapag nasa center po tayo, halimbawa, nagre-record, like, nagkakaroon ng whistle sound kasi yung boses niyo po, tapos yung metal, parang
pumapasok doon sa ano yan, sa mga butas na maliit.
yan po, yan. Tapos tumatama. Tapos nagkakaroon po ng whistling sound. Yun po
Okay.
yung cons niya. So, ang ano lang po is, mas maganda sa pa-filter, the bigger, the better. Kasi po, you can move around and then at the same time, mas komportable ka po gumalaw.
Okay.
Lalo kung feel mo po yung music.
Yeah.
Or kapag nagre-record ka po or nagvo-voice over.
Okay. Well said. Let's proceed. Headphones.
So next po, we have the headphones. So, why do singers and actors use headphones in the recording studio? So the singer needs to be able to hear the rest of the tracks to properly fit their vocals into that mix. So usually po, gumagamit po kasi tayo ng headphones kasi mas nafe-feel kasi natin, and at the same time, mas magandang meron tayong gamit na headphones kasi mabe-blend natin kung ano yung dapat na tone natin doon sa isang kanta or sa
Tama.
voice over natin.
Mas maganda naririnig mo, di ba?
Opo, kaysa
Tapos,
sa
Ito pa yan, mas maganda yung naririnig mong boses mo talaga.
yes po. Kasi kung halimbawa, meron kang background pa, parang nade-distract ka po when you are not using headphones.
Oo. Ang malupit dyan, kumanta ka, iba yung lumabas na boses.
Yes po, sir.
Baka may multo. Okay, anyway, sige, let's proceed.
So, next is, studio headphones are mostly used for creating recording, mixing and mastering music things commonly done with the context of music studio. So, yan po yung gamit ng studio headphones.
Yes.
So, the following are the important things to understand and decide on when you're ready to get yourself some great studio headphones. So, kung gagamit ka po ng mga headphones, ito lang naman po yung mga important things you need to understand and to decide also. So, we have the closed back versus open back. In your search, you will encounter closed back, semi-open, and open back headphones. This is very important because they're pretty different from each other po. So, next is, let me first explain closed back muna po tayo. Yung closed back headphones have ear caps that are completely closed off. Yung closed back po is, meron siyang soft foam na nagsisil with your head around your ear. That sound has nowhere to go, so it stays inside your ear cap. Yung ear cap po. The majority of headphones out there are closed back.
Ito,
So
example
usually,
ito.
majority
Yan.
po ang headphones.
Sakto sa
So
eh.
mamaya, So mamaya, makikita nyo po yung pinagkaiba ng closed back and open back. So, next is open back po. Open back headphones have ear caps that are not closed off. So, kung yung closed back is completely closed off, which is meron siyang soft foam na nagsisil around your head and ear. Ito naman po is not closed off. The part of the ear cup opposite your ear, the one that faces the outside world, like dito po, halimbawa, ito yung ear cup, tapos dito po yung outside world is may opening po siya. Kumbaga may mga open, po siya, mga butas-butas, ganun po. Meaning that instead of sound staying contained with the ear cup, imbis na magstay po yung sound, dyan lang po, doon sa headphone, like doon lang po maririnig mo. Nagta-travel po siya outward.
Okay. Ayan.
So, ito po yung example ng open and close. Yung ito po yung open, yung makikita nyo, yung naka-face po sa outside world is, meron po siyang may mga openings po. Compare dito sa close, na talagang meron po siyang foam na nagpo-protect para mag-stay lang yung sound at yun lang ang maririnig mo po. At hindi siya mag-travel outside or
Okay.
outward.
Yes.
So next po is semi-open headphones or somewhere in the middle. And we would not recommend them for noisy environment because of sound leak. So bakit kaya? So next po, sir. So ito po yung semi-open headphones or somewhere in the middle kasi nga po at the same time nagli-leak po kasi siya at hindi siya magandang gamitin. Although maganda din naman siyang gamitin like sa mga streamer, ganyan po. Pero sa mga sound recording, pero hindi
For
siya
pleasure
usually-
purposes lang.
Opo,
For
ganun
pleasure
po.
lang.
Hindi masyado siyang gamit po talaga. Usually, ang ginagamit po talaga is yung sa close
Okay.
headphone.
Sige, let's proceed.
So,
Yan,
ayan po, meron dito na po tayo sa on-ear and over-ear. So, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, meron po atang in-ear po ba yun? Like, basta yun po. On-ear
Meron.
muna po tayo.
In-ear kasi, in-ear monitor naman po, yung buds, yung pasok na pasok sa tenga nyo.
Opo,
Okay.
katulad ng earphones po.
Oo.
Tama po ba?
Ito
po?
kasi, ang
Yan.
tinutukoy natin muna dito is headphone.
Yes po, yan. Ayan po, on-ear and over-ear is a pretty easy concept to grasp. An on-ear is supra-oral. If you want to sound fancy, headphone rest on top of your ear. So, halimbawa, ito po yung headphone, like, ito po yung, kumbaga, ear cup. So, nandito lang po siya sa top ng ear nyo po, dito lang sa top. And then, yung over-ear or circum-oral is nako-cover po or entire sound is rinig na rinig nyo po kasi cover po yung lahat ng kumbaga ng parts ng ear nyo po.
Mm.
Then majority of studio headphones are over-ear po talaga.
Ang isa sa
Yan
mga
po, yan po.
reason kung bakit ayaw ng iba ng on-ear. Actually, pareho rin yung tunog na lumalabas dyan. Depende rin sa quality or depende sa brand. Ang problema kasi sa on-ear, masakit sa tenga.
Yes po, sir. Kasi
Na-plug
parang
yun.
po kasi nasa top siya yung sound. Like
Oo.
hindi nag-wide yung
Oo.
sound po.
Ayan, mas maganda yung over-ear kasi talagang ano yan, yung tenga mo, ano yan, let's say, with ease. Hindi siya maray
Opo.
na ipit. Komportable
Oh,
ka.
yes po,
Ayan.
sir. So,
Okay?
next is the intended use, recording, mix, or both. Your intended use of headphones as well as your level of experience kind of ties everything together. If you produce electronic dance music on your laptop and you frequently travel and produce on the go, delicate open back headphones don't make much sense for you. A nice durable pair of closed back cans is what you should aim to get. So usually po talaga ang gamit is mas approved po talaga or standard is closed back na headphones.
Yan.
Yan po yung mga intended use for recording, mixing, or both. Next is the frequently response.
Yan.
Ito
Paano
po.
to?
So,
Sige, explain mo, ma'am.
So what's more important is the headphone's frequency response curve. Since no headphone has a completely flat response, the curve shows where on the spectrum they have and peaks or dips you need to be aware of. So yung mga level po ng mga sounds, you need to be aware
Okay.
about the frequency.
Regarding sa frequency response po, dapat po, ang earphones na bibili ninyo ay pareho sa earring ang standard ng tao or human earring. Ngayon, kung bibili kayo ng headphone, titingnan niyo yung frequency response. Dapat po talaga yan, ang mabili ninyo is with a frequency response from 20 Hz to 22,000 or 20,000 to 22,000 Hz or 22 kHz. Bakit? Yun po kasi yung standard na normal range ng hearing ng tao. Minsan, pag nakabili ka ng medyo mumurahin, mapapamura ka talaga. Kung bibili ka ng ano yan, ng medyo murang headphone, naghahanap ka ng, nasaan yung kabog? Oh, ibig sabihin, hindi niya naabot yung 20 Hz. Ibig sabihin, yung bass frequency medyo mahina. So, hindi mo feel yung tugtog. Kaya nga,
Yes po.
ang dapat aware ang mga tao, okay, na importante na may idea sila or knowledge regarding sa frequency response ng mga gamit. Okay, yung microphone may frequency response din. Okay? Yung earphone meron frequency response. Yung in-ear monitor na earphone, meron din yung frequency response. So dapat aware tayo. It's not about the price actually. Kung marunong ka lang mag-check, siyempre bago ka bumili, titest mo eh. Pwedeng i-test namin. O, pakinggan mo kung medyo okay na sa'yo. O, di ba? Parang satisfied na yung tawag mo dito yung client or yung buyer. That's good for you. Ganun lang naman talaga yan. So, importante, test nyo muna. Baka kasi pagdating sa bahay, napamura ka. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
Next, the important things to understand is the comfort. A
Yan.
headphone's comfort is important. No matter how you feel about any of the other criteria, if a pair feels like a head vice, after 30 minutes, you'll never be able to focus. Get in a zone and truly enjoy your music production.
Yan. Ito yung ginagawa ko pag bumibili ako ng headphone. Minsan kasi, sabi ng mga ano yan, may mga, tawag po dito, malang sisiri ng mga shops. Minsan, sir, ngayon, pag binuksan namin to ngayon, considered sold na to. Paano mo malalaman kung maganda? O, di sasabihin ko, okay, itetest ko yan, at ito. Mamimili ako dito sa dalawa kung alin mas maganda. O, di yung ano naman, o, sige sir, pwede po, try natin. O, basta meron kang bibilhin. Ang problema naman kasi lahat mo tinest, wala ka namang bilhin. Nagsupog ko. Tinest mo lang, wala ka man lang nabili kung ano. Wala sa yung ano yung perfect. Anyway, okay, ano po ma'am? I think ano yan?
That's all po.
Okay. So yeah,
Thank you very much po.
Ayos. So thank you very much, Ma'am Baronia. So we'll discuss po ang ating topic pagdating po sa pop filter and headphone. So it's just about comfort, frequency response, and then safety. Yon. Thank you very much. Ayos. So marami na tayong natutunan guys and we'll be right back. Okay, so what's up there mga kaeduk, si Seiji Kasensai, and it's already 3:53 in hapon. Marami tayong natutunan, although mahaba ang ating topics. I hope you are learning in this live stream. So napakaganda po ng ating usapan ngayon because it's all about the tools and equipments you need, okay, if you are in audio production career. Okay, so let's proceed po sa ating next discussion. And ang next discussion natin ay si Ma'am si Ma'am ano yan ulit? Si Ma'am Gemaline Calleja, okay? Ma'am? And
Yes po, good afternoon po.
your discussion is all about, again, about...
Cables po.
Okay, importante ito. Okay, it's about cables
Apo,
and...
cables po.
Okay?
For-
Mga kable.
For audio
Nagaga-
production.
Okay,
Apo.
ma'am?
Okay po. Good afternoon everyone po. Still Gemaline Calleja, PTLED 3 ICT. And I will be your discussant for this topic, cables for audio production. So, as more and more technology becomes wireless, the jungle of cable in our studios is becoming a bit more manageable. At the same time, there's still no shortage of cable and connector protocols to mix, match, and keep track of. So, kailangan pa rin po natin ng cable sa audio production.
Yes, very important to. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
Yes po. Next slide po. So, we do have the TRS or TS Studio. Originally invented for manual telephone switchboards, the standard 1/4-inch plug has been around since the late 1890s. Okay. And is still most common type of connectors for musicians. The TRS acronym stands for tip, ring, sleeve, representing the three parts of the connector, which is the tip, which is positive, ring, which is the negative, and the sleeve as the ground. And
Yan.
carries a balanced signal.
Tama. Okay, so kung mapapansin ninyo, yung mga gitarista, ang gamit nila is ito. This is ATS, okay? One sleeve and then, one ring and then the sleeve. Kung mapapansin ninyo.
Apo.
Ang problema nito, unbalanced to. Ano ibig sabihin ng unbalanced cable? Ang unbalanced cable, guys, marami siyang napipick up na noise. Kaya yung magamit kayo ng microphone sa karaoke, ang gamit ninyo ganito, okay, dun sa kabila ng microphone, sasaksak mo sa karaoke. Ang problema ng unbalance, mahina na ngayon nakukuha ang signal, ang dami pang nakukuha ang noise. Kaya ang ginagawa ng mga professional guitarists sa recording is gumagamit sila ng DI box to convert this unbalanced into balanced source of signal bago nila ikabit dito sa digital interface or sa audio interface. So yun yung ginagawa, right? Okay, so yung TRS
Apo.
naman, hindi nyo na kailangan po yung ang ilagay sa DI box kasi balance na siya. It's already balanced. Let's
Apo.
proceed, ma'am.
So, kailangan po talaga na balance yung signals for longer runs of cable, and as unbalanced signals can create noise over long distances.
Opo.
So, yun nga po yung mga noises po. Standard quarter-inch TS plugs are most commonly used for guitar and other electrical instrument cables. The stereo versions are common on headphones, insert cables, and inputs and outputs on audio equipment that don't need long runs of cable to connect, like
Yan.
studio mixers, compressors, and preamps.
Okay. So, sabi ni ma'am, klarado naman dito, kung gagamit kayo ng TS mono cable, okay? Okay lang yan, basta maikli. Basta maikli lang. Okay? Not more than maybe 2 meters or let's say 1 meter lang. Ang problema kung mahaba yung mono cable na yan, okay? Tapos unbalanced, nako po. So, ang dami ma-pick up yan na noise. Pati yung tunog ng cellphone, yung tak-tak-tak-tak-tak, ay nako, kuha yan dyan. Kaya pag nagbibideo okay kayo, iklian nyo lang yung wire. Ganun lang yun. Okay, sige, let's proceed, ma'am.
Mas malapit po.
Mas malapit, mas malinaw yung source. Okay?
Yung, apo. So, next one, we do have the 1/4 TS mono cable. If you've spent any time in traditional recording studio, you've likely seen another variation of the TRS plug. The pro audio and telecommunications industries have long used tiny telephone connectors in patch base. Is slightly smaller than a standard quarter-inch connector. So the tiny telephone patch base have been fairly in the racks and consoles of recording studios. Their size allowing up to 96 jacks to fit into a standard 19-inch space. In the past decades or so, smaller variation of the TRS or TS connector have been increasingly sikat na po siya, including the miniature or 8-inch and sub-miniature, which is 3 and 32-inch versions now used by most phones and MP3 players. So,
Okay.
yun po yung ginagamit.
So, i-clear natin itong ano yan, yung TS. Mga kapatid, ginamit po talaga ang TS noong mga unang panahon. Okay? That's from 90s. Actually, for telephone companies. So, okay, yung tinatanggal
Yes, po.
din nila yan isa-isa. Okay, lipat ng ano yan, ng signal, lipat na naman sila. And then, until, ano yan tawag ba dito? Mag-wear off yung cable, kakalipat-lipat, papalitan nila. So, ginagamit dito si TS. Pero right now po kasi, more on TRS na tayo. More on balance na tayo. Okay? So, let's proceed, ma'am.
Apo. So we do have the next cable, which is the XLR, which is male and female XLR cables. So introduced by Canon Electric, now part of ITT, XLR is sometimes still referred to as a Canon connector or as extra long run, referring to the extra long cables that can be used with these balance connections. The connectors are circular with anywhere from 3 to 7 pins. Most commonly, the balanced 3-wire version has been the de facto standard for microphones for many years. So ito po yung cable na ginagamit po sa microphones po.
Okay. So, linawin natin. Kung gusto nyo maganda ang source niyo sa video, okay. Dapat po, XLR gamitin ninyo. Actually,
Apo.
3 pins yan. 3 pins.
Apo,
Okay.
3 pins.
3 yan. May ground, may hot, may cold. Okay? Okay, negative, positive.
Apo.
Pero, yung mga nagsusulda, yung mga nagsasolder nito para mapadali, pinagdidikit nila yung negative tapos yung common. Ako, hindi po. Dapat po, nakaseparate din po sa tama or nakasolder din or nakasulda sa tamang pin yung negative and then yung common, yung tinatawag nating ano yan? Ground. Yung ground
Apo,
cable.
yung
Kasi, kung hindi, ganun pa rin ang mangyayari. Unbalanced pa rin po yan. Okay, sa mga bago nating ano yan, ang purpose ko kung bakit meron po tayong tinatawag na balanced TRS cable, XLR cable. Kasi ang role po kasi ng balance cable is that sa facing po kasi nangyayari doon sa loob, naka-cancel out niya po yung mga noise. So pag na-cancel yung noise, okay? Kasi meron doon tinatawag na ano yan, parang nag-out of phase. Because meron po na tayong 3 linya. We have the ground, negative, and the cold. Or the positive and the negative signal. Naka-cancel out po yung noise. Kaya kung gumagamit kayo ng XLR cable, okay, ang nangyayari po is that mas malinaw yung signal ng boses kaysa dun sa noise. Kung mapapansin ninyo, sa mga video okay, ang sagad na yung volume. Ang naririnig yung sakit-sit, ganun. Noise yung naririnig ninyo. Samantalang kung gamit nyo talaga is balancing XLR cable, wala kayong maririnig na noise, at ito pang malupit, napakalinaw ng boses ninyo. So take note of that, guys. Kapag microphone cable, XLR lang po ang ating gagamitin. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
So there are other variations of XLR connectors, which include 4 pins versions, which are used as the standard for 12-volt power in the broadcast, film,
Yes.
and televisions
Yes
industry. So, yung 4-pin naman po, yung ginagamit naman po sa broadcast or film or television.
Opo.
5-pin naman po, XLR connectors, are used for some stereo microphones like the Shure BP88.
Opo.
6-pin naman po version are used for some stage lighting, yung mga lighting po sa stage.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yung and intercom systems. While the 7P naman po are sometimes found on older condenser microphones which use their own power supplies as opposed to the phantom power.
Yes po. Yun yung mga kagamitan ng XLR pins natin. Pero normally, ang talagang pinakagamitin ay yung 3 pins. And that's
Yung
for
3 pins.
balanced microphone cabling. Okay? Let's proceed, ma'am.
Let's proceed for the next cable, which is the RCA left and right channel audio cable. So sometimes referred to as phono or cinch connectors, RCA is a two-conductor unbalanced protocol commonly found on prosumer gear, as well as on turntables and consumers' electronics. The RCA name comes from the electronics giant Radio Corporation of America, now part of BMG, who introduced the design in 1940s.
Yan.
So RCA connectors can also carry digital audio signals using the S or PDIF or Sony or Philips Digital Interconnect Format Protocol. They are also found on a wide range of computer audio interfaces and video equipment. Unlike an analog RCA cable, S or PDIF digital connections typically run 2 channels of audio over a single
Okay.
cable.
So, yung mga meron pong digibox sa bahay, 3 yan.
Yan po.
Pula, puti, that's for audio. That's for left and
Apo.
right channel. At yung yellow, yung for
Yung
video.
yellow.
Yan. Tapos
Yes
meron
po.
yan, convertible, merong box na i-convert it into HDMI. Okay, pero RCA pa rin po yun. Okay, let's proceed, ma'am.
Apo. Yes po. Next is the MIDI or the DIN style connectors used for MIDI protocol. So MIDI, which means is musical instrument digital interface. Cables have been used since the mid-1980s to interconnect computers, sequencers, keyboards, drum modules, effects boxes, and other devices, controlling them via MIDI data command. So, yun nga po yung ginagamit na cable. MIDI
Okay.
connection also carry MTC or MIDI time code, which is used to synchronize DAW,
Mm-mm.
sequencer, instruments, and other MIDI-equipped devices.
Dati gumamit
This-
ako nito. Ngayon hindi na. Kasi mas
Apo.
mas ano yung convenient yung USB type, yung type B, yung parang
Apo,
sa
mas
printer.
ano siya.
Saka mas madami
Common
nung
na.
nabibili. Okay,
Apo.
standard sa market. Okay?
So this DIN style connector come in a variety of formats and pin configurations, but the 5-pin MIDI variety is probably what you're most accustomed to seeing. Unlike the other connectors we've talked about thus so far, MIDI cables are strictly for data.
Yan. Okay, let's proceed. Naku,
So,
ito
let's
na yung
proceed.
ADAT.
Yes, po yung ADAT light pipe cables. Began on the Alesis ADAT digital multi-track tape machines introduced in 1992. Light pipe carries 8 channels of uncompressed 24-bit digital audio at a 44.1 kHz or sample rate
Mm.
over fiber optic cable and was originally used to transfer audio between ADAT recorders, while the ADAT recorder itself has found its way into the history books. Its light pipe format has become a standard used in digital mixing consoles, converters, audio interfaces, effects devices, and more.
Okay?
So to allow
Okay. Come on.
So to allow higher sample rates of digital audio to pass through light pipe, some sample multiplexing support was conceived. While ADAT light pipe typically allows for 8 channels of digital audio to pass through, enables 4 channel of digital audio to pass through at 88.2 or 96 or 2 channels of digital audio.
Okay. Ang
So that's
itong
the
cable na
light
to, guys, pwede rin 'tong gamitin para mag-expand ka ng channel. For example, yung Focusrite Octoprime mo, okay, isasabay mo doon sa Scarlett, okay? 18i. Okay, so pwede ka magdagdag pa ng channel. So madami na. So from 8 to 8 channel. Kung imagine nyo, this is a is na channel na ano yan, multi-track recording, kaya nyo nang gawin. So ginagamit tong cable na to. Okay, let's proceed po.
Apo. Let's proceed for the BNC cables for word clock.
Yan.
So BNC, which is referred to the British Naval Connection Cocial Protocol, is used in the studio to carry word clock, a signal used to synchronize DAWs, digital tape machines, and other devices connected via S or PDIF, AES, or EBU or ADAT or other digital audio formats.
Parang
So that's
parang yung coaxial cable to eh. Okay, let's proceed. Yan, pinaka-famous. Okay.
Yes po, yung pinaka-famous natin na USB 3.0 can carry up to 5 gigabits of data per second. So universal serial bus has become an industry standard since its introduction in the late 1990s. It was designed as the connectivity protocol for computers and is used today for everything from keyboards, printers, smartphones, and hard drives to audio interfaces, MIDI interfaces, and other audio devices. It's rare these days to find computer or device that is not equipped with at least one USB port. So mostly na po talaga USB na yung
Siya na yung
kadalasan na nakikita
siya
natin.
talaga yung pinakagamitin. Tapos, siya yung pinaka convenient sa lahat. Imagine nyo, napakadaling isaksak.
Opo.
Ganyan talaga yan eh. Lahat naman ngayon padalian na lang. Okay. Let's proceed, ma'am. Firewire.
Yes po. Opo. Yes, the Firewire. Firewire is the trade name created by Apple. So it was created po by Apple for the IEE High-Speed Serial Bus Protocol. Introduced on Apple computers around 1999 and on some Sony computers, Firewire is a contender with USB for video multi-channel audio communication as well as for hard disks and other computer peripherals. So madami din po siyang paggagamitan. So
Okay.
for the 6-pin Firewire 400 connection can be found on a majority of audio interfaces made over the last decade. A 4-pin Firewire 400 connection used to be common on Windows-based operating system but now are not as prevalent. So today, the most commonly found Firewire connection on the modern Macs and the latest Firewire audio interfaces is a 9-pin. So the 9-pin Firewire 800 connection.
Okay. So, yan. So, wala tayo dyan masyado kasi pang Apple siya. Let's proceed, ma'am.
Opo, pang Apple po siya. So the next one is the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is ideal for high bandwidth audio and connecting for multiple bandwidth-hungry devices. It was developed by Intel with collaboration from Apple. Thunderbolt is the latest high-speed cable protocol for connecting computer peripherals such as audio interfaces, hard drives, display monitors, video equipment, and more. Thunderbolt has unique flexibility because it can run multiple formats simultaneously over a single Thunderbolt cable. So, at its core, Thunderbolt supports native PCI Express and Apple DisplayPort protocols, but can be adapted to just about any protocol that would typically run on a PCIe card, Firewire, USB, HDMI, Ethernet, you name it. However, with Thunderbolt, you don't need any PCI slot. Just a Thunderbolt port on your Mac or PC. Though it's still early days for Thunderbolt. Many computer manufacturers are embracing the technology and many new computers will be sporting Thunderbolt ports in the coming years. So bago po siya.
Yes. So, ito yung
Bagong
pinakabagong cable natin. Okay, used for
Opo,
audio
bago.
and data connectivity. Okay.
Yes, po.
So, kung mapapansin nyo, nawala pa dito yung isa pang actually. Mayroon pa tayong isang wire dyan na nakaligtaan. Pero hindi masyadong ginagamit sa audio production. We also have this Ethernet cable. Okay. Importante rin yon sa ating mga audio producers. Lalong-lalo kung nagla-live stream. May Ethernet cable tayo. Importante rin yun. Okay. So, thank you very much, ma'am. Nawala na yung discussion natin. Okay. Nasa si Ma'am Calieja. Okay? So, thank you very much, Ma'am
Thank you din
Gemaline
po, sir.
Calieja. Okay? So, napakalinaw po, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And, punta na tayo sa last nating discussion. We will have a break. Okay. Okay, what's up mga ka-eduk? Yun, merong tumunog na baka. Kanino yung bakang yun? Narinig ko kanina. Anyway, so time check is already 4:30 in the afternoon. Okay, so matatapos na nating usapan regarding the tools and equipments in audio production. Napakarami pala ng kailangan. At ang pinaka-importante sa lahat mga ka-eduk, sa mga ating emerging audio producers, importanteng meron ka pong pwesto or dapat pagpwestuhan ng mga gamit na ito sa audio production. And that is your studio. So, hindi natin ngayon pag-uusapan yung isang typical na professional type audio studio or setup sa ano yan, isang production. Pag-uusapan lang natin is yung pinaka-basic at pinaka-mura sa lahat and very available sa atin. And that is our home studio. Anyway, doon naman talaga tayo ngayon gumagawa ng ating production because it's pandemic. So, bawal tayong lumabas. Sa bahay lang tayo. And to discuss this, our last topic for today, okay, we have Ma'am Lauren Joy Concepcion. Ma'am, it's your turn na po.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I am your discussant for today. So, our topic is home studio. So, next slide po. Ayan. Home studio. First steps, home recording studios, equipments, essentials. A home studio is a collection of equipment for recording or producing music at home. A basic home studio is made up of several pieces of equipment that functions together to let you produce music. So, home studio, it is a place where you can see all the materials needed in compiling music. So, next slide po tayo. So, any home studio setup will need this recording equipment. So first, laptop or desktop computer.
Gustong magsalita ng baka.
Sorry sir, nag-aalok mo sa akin.
Nag-aalok na ko sa baka, dalian mo na ko na. Okay. Sige. Okay, sige ma'am, diretso.
Ayan, next. The DAW software, audio interface, headphones, studio monitors, microphones, samples, and cables. So, these are the combination of all the topics na diniscuss po ng first discussion. So, next po. So, music computer or digital music production center. The majority of today's music production takes place in the digital domain. To record digitally, you'll need a computer, but here's the good news. Modern computers have plenty of processing power for audio tasks. You won't need to buy a special soap-up machine to start your home studio. A desktop or laptop with this decent aspects has enough processing muscle to get you started. So PC or Mac used to be enough processing. PC or Mac used to be a hot debate in the pro audio community, but in recent years, the difference between the two platforms has diminished. So use whatever type you're most comfortable with, but if you already know you're going to be putting your music production computer through its paces with lots of demanding plugins, here are the computer's aspects that matters most. So, dati medyo nahihirapan tayo mag-produce ng music kasi medyo may mga application or software na hindi pa available nung past time natin. Pero ngayon, medyo because of our new technology and application, mas madali na tayo makaproduce ng beats and music para music. So, makapagbigay sa atin ng meron ding mga application na libre na makuha natin through online. So, next slide. So, late ba?
Late na naman. Okay, so ganito na lang gawin natin, ma'am. Anyway, ang topic mo is a little review karamihan dito nung past
Yes.
discussions natin. So i-guide kita dito regarding sa ano yan, sa processor speed. So dapat po talaga kung po pwede i5, tama ba 'yon? Okay? So according here dapat po marami kang
Yes po, sir.
storage. Saan mo isi-save yung file? Saan mo isi-save yung
Yes po.
nga pala sa ating mga
Yes,
viewers.
sir.
Okay. Pag po kayo nag-edit, okay, dalawa po ang commonly kinalalabasan ng production. Okay? Pag nag-render kayo, dalawa yan. It's either MP3 or WAV or WAV. So, yung WAV po talagang medyo mabigat. Okay? Yung MP3 kasi is compressed. Okay? So, mamimili kayo doon sa dalawa. Okay? So, ito po yung discussion ni Ma'am. Just a little review po regarding sa previous topic. Okay. May tanong ako kay Ma'am para mapadali ang ating discussion dito. Regarding Ma'am sa sa home setup natin. Okay. Sa tingin mo, okay, tulungan na natin ang ating discussant. Medyo napuputol yung mga signal. Okay lang yan. So, everybody, you can now come up and join with us, ni Ma'am Lauren. Pag po ba tawag ba dito, nagko-conduct ng studio setup, importante ba na malaman natin yung acoustic or yung tunog sa loob ng room? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes po, sir.
Bakit sa tingin mo, Ma'am Lauren, importante na malaman natin kung may echo ba yung room, kung ano ba, dull ba yung room, yung tunog dyan? Bakit kailangan nating malaman?
Para kasi in my own opinion, sir, di ba po, sir, ang room ng studio home, parang yung room niya is parang kulob, sir, para mas marinig natin yung music and then mas clear sa atin para malaman natin if yung beats niya is tama
Okay.
dun
So,
sa sounds na pinoproduce natin.
okay, tama yun. So, ngayon, ipapakita natin sa ating mga viewers. Okay, imagine niyo that this is the room. Ito sa likod ko. Sa tingin niyo ba, hindi dyan magbabounce back yung tunog? For example, nagsalita ako dito, kumakanta ako. Sa tingin niyo ba, diretso lang yung tunog ko or pwede siyang mag-bounce back sa mga wall? Sa tingin niyo. Pag ba kayo nagsalita sa isang room, yung direction ba ng boses ninyo, isang direction lang yan? Yes or no?
No, sir.
O, so ibig sabihin,
Ano siya, sir?
oo. So, nag-i-spread ba? Nagba-bounce ba yung tunog? Yes or no?
Yan. Yes, sir.
Oh, see. So, kung
Nag-i-spread
nagba-bounce,
po siya.
kung nag-i-spread, nagba-bounce yung tunog, pwede ba yung ma-pick up ulit ng microphone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
No. Ay,
Hmm.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ah, di ba?
Napipick
So,
up siya ng
napipick up.
microphone.
So, in short, ang tawag dyan, reverberation. Oh, room reverb. Ang commonly kasing sinasabi ng mga tao, echo daw. Ang echo kasi yung paulit-ulit na tunog. Yung naririnig natin dito sa loob ng room is what we call room reverberation or reverb in short. So, pag masyadong madami yung reverb sa room, mapipick up pa siya ng microphone, tama? So, ngayon magwo-worry ka, bakit ganito yung tunog ko sa room? Parang may kasama akong multo. Nag-record ako. Di ba? So, ito kasi ang problema niyan eh. Gustong-gusto ng ating mga recording artist na parang merong echo daw. Mayroong reverb yung boses, di ba? Wow, di ba? Parang nag-feedback sa'yo.
Warm.
Alright.
Warm.
Bakit gustong-gusto nila yun? Bakit parang mayroong parang may konting
Magic
effects.
po kaya. May
Ayan.
magic yung boses usually kapag
Ganon. Ang problema ganito. Yan po ay isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit napakahirap mag-mix. Kasi hindi mo yan, guys, basta-basta maaalis. So ibig sabihin, sa home studio natin, aayusin natin yung ating acoustic. Tama? So therefore, dapat makancel natin yung ibang reverb, yung ibang room reverb. At least hindi naman lahat. Ang pangit naman kasi, kung ang room mo, kung ang studio mo ay super dull, wala ka na halos marinig na reverb. Hindi siya natural. Yung pagpasok mo, maririnig mo yung tibok ng puso mo sa sobrang dull. Sobrang silent ng room, di ba? So in short, tanungin natin si Miss Reporter, Ma'am. Importante ba na i-treat natin yung reverberation sa loob ng room? Sa tingin mo, importante ba?
Yes, sir. Importante po siya. para sir mas maayos at magandang beat sa music mo, sir.
Okay. So, para mas maayos yung production natin. Tama. Ngayon, titingnan natin ito. Ano ba yung pinakamadaling tip, practical na tip para maiwasan natin yung sobrang reverb or echo sa loob ng room? Okay, sa tingin nyo, ano yung mga dapat natin gamitin? Unang-una, importante na ang room natin ay merong, walaan nyo. Okay. Ano yung pinaka-importante?
Soundproof po baga, sir, na parang mga dindinig minsan.
Okay. So, yan, may
So
nagsabi
ano
na.
po ng mga garusalag-salag lang.
Salagsala.
Talaga.
Hindi ko aram kaya.
Yung tray.
Ay, mga
Egg tray.
ano po.
Meron, di ba, sir, dun sa room ng, ng BUPC po, sir, dun sa room nyo,
Room
diba?
nyo po, sir.
Oo. Sa SB9. Merong egg
parang
tray.
may mga itlog-itlog na ano.
Itlog-itlog. Egg trays yun. Kayo. Yun yung yun yung egg trays. May itlog-itlog.
Mga RK.
Yun na. Ang tawag dun, guys, is artificial, ang improvised, absorber. Sound absorber. Okay, dalawa kasi ang pag-treat ng room. Okay, ang tinutukoy kasi ng karamihan is isa-soundproof yung room. Hindi po. Tatanggalin muna natin yung reverb sa loob. Okay? Ang reverberation po dapat ma-cancel out. Okay? Hindi lahat, but at least ma-minimize yung pag-bounce back sa microphone nyo. Ang una dapat natin gawin is, yun, sabi nyo, maglagay ng absorbers. Yan. Pero, ligid sa inyong kaalaman, hindi naman po talaga lahat nakakancel ng absorbers. Meron pong dalawa kasing bagay para mangyari is, hindi masyadong ma-reverb sa loob ng room. Okay, actually, we have absorbers and we have diffusers. Yung absorbers, talaga ma-absorb yung ibang tunog. Yung diffusers naman, i-spread out nila. Pero dapat yung mga yan ay aligned. Hindi yan basta-basta ilalagay mo lang sa trip mong lugar. Hindi, dapat aligned yan. Okay, so ganyan yung pag-treat ng room. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ika-cancel lang natin yung sobrang reverb. Para pagdating sa recording, hindi sobrang echo. Tapos maglalagay ka pa ng echo, maglalagay ka pa ng reverb. Grabe na yan. Ang maririnig dyan, puro na lang echo, echo, echo. Wala na yung totoo mong boses. So, yun ang problema ng mga ng mga emerging producers natin. Napaka-wet. Ibig sabihin, super wet yung production, grabe yung effects, grabe yung reverb. Mali naman yun. Hindi naman siya talaga, tawag ba dito? Hindi siya more realistic. Fantastic ang dating. More on fantasy na yung nangyayari kasi sobrang dami ng effects. So, dapat yung tama lang. Okay? So, ika-cancel natin yung ibang noise. Ano pa yung pwede nating gawin sa tingin ninyo sa mga emerging producers na pwede nilang gawin para ma-minimize yung echo sa loob ng room or reverb? Ano pa ang pwede nating gamitin? Sa tingin nyo? Ano, ma'am? Uy, Ma'am Loren. Ano pa pwede nating ilagay?
Pardon.
Ano pa pwede nating gamitin or ilagay para ma-minimize yung yung bouncing ng tunog sa loob ng room?
Rubber, sir.
Yan. Yan.
Rubber.
Ano pa? Yung pinakamadali na meron tayo sa bahay natin. Nandiyan na dyan sa inyo, hindi na kayo bibili. Ikakabit nyo na lang. Ano yon? Para ma-minimize natin. Ano po? May narinig ako?
Cortina.
Yes po, curtains. Yes. Kurtina po. Ilalagay natin yung mga kurtina dyan and it will absorb some of the reflection. Iniiwasan kasi natin mag-reflect yung tunog ng mag-reflect kasi papasok at papasok yan sa microphone. Lalo kung ang ginagamit yung microphone is condenser, nako po. Saktong-sakto, ubus yun lahat mag-pick up. So, ilalagay talaga natin yung mga kurtina. Okay. Yung tinutukoy kasi ninyo kanina, sabi ninyo is we need to have soundproofing. Okay. Balikan natin itong konseptong to para hindi kayo malito. Ang soundproofing, guys, hindi po siya yung acoustic treatment. Ang soundproofing po, okay, mga ka-eduk, mga audio freaks right there, is sinisilyuhan nyo yung room para walang pumasok na ibang tunog sa labas. For example, magre-recording ka, may uminandar na motor, o kung ka to, kaya nagbisarang bakay yan. Narinig ng microphone na pick up. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng soundproofing. Para yung mga noise sa labas, hindi pumasok sa room. So, yun naman soundproofing, sisilyuhan nyo talaga yung buong ang room nyo. Pero, ang soundproofing po guys, it's not just about yung mga sisilyohan nyo lang yung tawag ba dito, yung room ninyo, lalagyan nyo lang ng ano yan, ng mga proper ceiling dyan or rubbers. Hindi. Ang soundproofing po kasi sa konsepto po ng ano yan, ng sound acoustics is dapat po ang pag-build ng isang room, okay, ang studio room or let's say home studio niyo, ipapasok niyo yan sa isa pang room. Ano ibig sabihin? Ang soundproofing kasi is placing a room inside a room. Ibig sabihin, for example, ito yung wall, dingding, bubuksan mo yung pinto, meron pa diyang isang dingding. In short, masisilyoan talaga na hindi pumasok yung tunog kasi bago pumasok yung tunog, meron pang isang wall na nakaharang. Yun ang soundproofing. Okay, so yun yung ginagawa sa mga professional ang recording studio. Pero napakamahal nun. Okay? Kung home studio lang ang gagawin mo, alangan man magpag-ipupay kayo sa dalunub. Sa bali ninyo. Hindi naman yun, ano yan, hindi naman yun masyadong convenient. Saka, kinakailangan ng pera nun. So, para ma-minimize lang natin yung problema regarding sa reverberation sa loob ng room, we just treat them. Okay? Magtitreat lang tayo, hindi tayo magsa-soundproofing. Ang pinakaayaw ko sa lahat sa, ano yan, sa isang studio is, sobrang dull. Hindi na natural. Yung pagpasok mo, nasaan ako? Wala ka na pa talaga marinig, kundi yung sarili mo lang. Hindi mo na marinig yung konting ingay sa labas. Okay, hindi mo na rin marinig yung ginagawa doon sa ano yan. Pero naturally, yun talaga yung konsepto ng pag-build ng isang studio to minimize the entry of noises. Pero ako talaga, ang preferred ko as producer sa home studio, yung normal na level lang ng noise yung nasa loob ng bahay. Ayoko naman yung super silent na. Parang ano yun, nakakatakot naman yun eh. Naririnig mo na yung tibok ng puso mo sa sobrang, di ba? Sa sobrang silence. Di ba? Nakakabingi ang sobrang katahimikan. Isa yun sa mga ano yan, yung pananaw ng ating mga kababayan dito sa Pilipinas. Nakakabingi ang sobrang katahimikan. Pangit talaga siya. Okay, so balik tayo kay Ma'am Lauren. Okay, regarding dito sa ano yan, topic niya sa home studio. Ma'am, tanungin kita po, saan magandang maglagay ng home studio sa bahay? Sa tingin mo?
Para sa akin, sir, kwarto.
Yes! Nakuha mo. Perfect. That's it. Sa kwarto talaga. Bakit? Unang-una, meron na doon sa kwarto mong kurtina. Okay? May pinto naman, sasara. May bintana, pwede mong isara. At pinaka-importante sa lahat, yung pinaka-absorber sa lahat ng, ano yan, gamit sa loob ng kwarto ay ano? Ano yung pinaka-absorber sa loob ng kwarto? Yung pinaka-malambot dyan?
Kutsyon.
Ah?
Foam. Kutsyon.
Foam ng? Foam ng alin? Yan, ng kama. Ayos.
Hindi ko kayo, nagalag kayo.
Oh, naglalag daw, sabi, nagagalit. Tama, foam. Remember, ang kama natin, may foam. Tama? Oh, unless otherwise, sa baba ka natutulog sa sahig. Pero kailangan mo talaga ng foam para hindi masakit sa likod. So, yung foam, isa na yung absorber. So, ibig sabihin, mamiminimise na niya yung reverberation sa loob ng kwarto. So, kung magre-record ka sa bahay mo, ang pinaka-the best talaga, sabi ni Ma'am, which is correct, kwarto mo. At eto pang malupit. Pag nag-e-edit ka, sa tingin niyo kung sa sala ka mag-e-edit, anong feeling? Ma'am Discussan?
Magbabounce back, sir, yung boses.
Magbabounce back yung tunog. Okay. Tapos ano pa? Pag mag-edit ka, tapos may mga yan, kung ano-anong mga elementong nagsisipagdaanan dyan.
Maririnig, sir,
Background.
ng
so,
mic, sir, yung
yan.
mga ibang sounds.
Yeah. So kung mag-edit ka, hindi siya convenient, tama? Di ba? Kaya ang pinaka-the best talaga na pwedeng lagyan ng home recording studio ay ang ating kwarto. Okay. So, yun yung pinaka-essence, ladies and gentlemen, ng topic natin ngayon. So, hindi ko na pinahaba yung report ni ma'am. Kasi, nagcha-choppy na siya. Baka magalit yung baka ulit dyan. Okay. So, yan. Thank you very much, ma'am. Okay. So, ito po yung kanyang discussion ulit dito. So, tutulungan ko na lang si ma'am. So, ulitin natin, ma'am. Ma'am, Lauren? So, ano yung mga dapat nating kinakailangan ipasok sa loob ng home studio? Ano nga yun?
processor, sir, laptop,
Okay.
hard drive, microphone, sir,
Yes.
and then the random access memory po,
Okay.
and then the ano pa ba?
Microphones. Tama?
Microphones, yes sir, microphone.
Importante.
Cables po, sir, and
Okay.
the DAW software po.
Okay, so yun. Napakalinaw ng ating discussion ngayong hapon. So, mapakita ninyo, okay, medyo natagalan kami. But anyway, sulit naman ang ating discussion regarding sa topic po, which is tools and equipments in audio production. So, mapansin ninyo, ladies and gentlemen, mga ka-edu, madami talaga tayong kailangan para maging isang audio producers. So, mga ka-edu, mga co-discussant ko, bibili na pa kayo. Siyempre, ang output ninyo, magpuproduce kayo. Pero tandaan ito, remember, ang pinaka-the best sa panahon ngayon ng pandemic, okay, always become resourceful. Kung ano lang po yung nandun sa bahay ninyo, yun lang ang gamitin natin. Pero, ang importante sa lahat, yung pinakita na ngayon ng mga basic equipments, dapat, kung po pwede, mag-invest tayo at meron tayo noon sa loob ng ating home studio. Okay? Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Lauren Joy. Ayan, Concepcion. Okay, ma'am? Yung baka. Talaga may bumatin kanina ng baka. Okay, anyway, I think dito na po tayo nagtatapos ang ating discussion regarding sa tools and equipments ng audio production. Okay, so anyway, I would like to congratulate our discussant. Maraming salamat po. Kahit hindi po naka-attend yung isa nating discussant, okay lang. So, never mind po that. Nasaan na si Ma'am Laika? Okay, so, I think, word of thanks na po tayo sa ating mga viewers. Baka merong gusto magpa-shoutout, i-shoutout nyo na po, okay? Meron ba? Meron pa ba gusto magpa-shoutout? Baka tulog na yung mga klase ninyo. Okay, so, ayan. So, I think, word of thanks na tayo. Okay? Once again, Ma'am Angelica Saison. Okay, bati ka po ulit.
Bye po, sir. Thank you po. Thank you for watching.
Okay, Ma'am Lauren Concepcion. Word of thanks, Ma'am.
Thank you guys. Sana may natutunan kayo sa amin. Oo.
Yeah, marami talaga. Thank you very much, Ma'am. Okay, gumilid na si Ma'am. Papasok na yung isa nating discussant. Nasaan na yon? Yung katabi mo kanina. Iyan! Si Ma'am Mary Joy. Ayun yun, Ma'am. Bati ka na po.
Thank you po sa pagnood kahit lag tapos
Ikaw ba yung baka dyan? Joke lang. Okay, shout out, Ma'am, sa mga yan, kapamilya mo.
Laman sir siya. Shout out sir kay Apek para may samang brand.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Juicy Joyce. Okay, and Ma'am Baronia. Ma'am, word of thanks.
Hi everyone, thank you very much. Kumawa kapon ka.
Ano sabi mo? Kokowa, koche, pia. Yan. Papanood mo ng Squid Game. Yan. So, thank you very much, Ma'am Baronia. Okay? And si Ma'am Laika may sekreto. Ma'am, word of thanks po.
Thank you po for listening.
Ayan. So, wala ka nang babatiin, Ma'am? Napahaba yung break ni Ma'am kanina. Okay. At yung panghuli nating discussion po, si Ma'am Gemaline Calleja. Ma'am, word of thanks po.
Arigato. Thank you so much. Thank you po sa pakikinig.
Okay, so yun guys, ladies and gentlemen, once again po ang ating mga discussant ngayong araw regarding the tools and equipments in audio production. We have Ma'am Angelica Saison, we have Ma'am Lauren Joy Concepcion, and Ma'am Mary Joy Payuyo, and also we have Ma'am Rhea Baronia, okay, Ma'am Laika May Secreto, and si Ma'am Gemaline Calleja. Okay, so dun po nagtatapos ang ating discussion ngayong hapon. I hope you learned something specifically dito po sa mga gamit pagdating sa audio production. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is CJ Kasayan, tayo nag-iwan sa inyo ng katagang in this time of pandemic para matuto ng malupit, di adet, bad mapaknik. Thank you very much po sa inyong lahat. Congratulations po. And we hope our viewers learn something about our topic for today. Congratulations po. Bye-bye. Keep safe.